Welcome to Off Da Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage.
We're on episode 28, episode 29, right? Yeah, week 6?
28. Week five.
Oh my fucking god, don't even start. I had the wrong thing up the whole time. Holy shit. Just give me a second, I'm sorry.
No wonder.
I was looking at this whole time like, this song's off. Welcome to Off Da Binge, guys. So all the new and returning listeners, I'm your host, Crash. And yes, that's right. I am an assassin. The Hispanic Assassin. And joining me this week with my co-host, because I don't really have much of an intro today. I just want to let you guys know I am the Hispanic Assassin today. I'm going to start you guys off with the guy, the main legend, the guy who's been talking a lot of shit. I don't know why, but let's see what he has to offer to the table today. My boy, Grem.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm colloquially known as the man god. You know how it is. I like light novels. I read a lot of light novels. I spoil myself in light novels. You know how it is. Watching all sorts of shit this season. Watch a whole bunch of shit normally. I like Steins Gate and I like Kurisu. What do you got for us? The man, the myth, the legend, the humanoid typhoon, Vash.
As he said, the legendary, the humanoid typhoon, but you can know me and call me as Vash. I'm a simple person. I love my Isekai, I love my fantasy, and I love my wholesomeness. I'm still watching the Meister. I'm still kicking up here in this wholesomeness, not like MemoryNK, who doesn't like wholesome characters, who likes OP characters just chilling and just doing what they gotta do to get job, to go by their day.
I thought we left that in the past, man. I thought we, I thought we.
I thought we too right now. No, I don't like this.
No, this is what we need, though. This is what we need. I'm liking this energy because I want to sit here and say that this is the weakest week of spring anime so far, or summer anime so far.
100% agree with that.
Yeah, spring anime. Yeah, for sure. Yes, of course.
Yeah. This is the weakest week that we've had. So I'm curious. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I'm actually kind of interested in the discussions we're gonna have about some of the shows.
I agree.
All I know is
it was a low week. It was a very not like it's definitely the weekend. Like out of week 5, it was a week where I didn't feel like watching. I don't know why, but I couldn't watch anything. Like this week at anime,
you know what it is?
I just wasn't hooked into it. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the ones that have been really, really hitting.
I forced myself to I gotta watch them, but the other ones were like, I could.
Yeah,
I could binge it next week for week 6, for week 7. I could wait.
I mean, me and Grem can relate too. There's ones that we're like, we don't even usually talk about those. We can get to them, whatever.
Bro, A-Rank party, we can wait.
Damn, what's funny?
That is fair though.
I'm starting to check that one out a lot more focused into it because I like it. Like, oh shit, he said I'm gonna change my bitch. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm gonna come back here.
But
over here, like A-Rank party, we're gonna wait on that one.
Yeah, I just feel like the ones that have been hitting so far a lot this season, like, weren't necessarily at the top of their game this week. So it kind of like brought like the whole week down for me, at least. I don't know. But yeah, I'm curious how, how these discussions are going to go because of that. It seems like some of us feel the same way.
Oblivion is also just sapping all of our time, man.
It is. That's I see that. I see, the group chat in the Discord server. That's all they be doing. There are times they be lurking to see. Like, I go sometimes on my phone while I'm on Wi-Fi or doing other stuff because sometimes I don't go on the server to be like, I'm not gonna distract myself. I'm gonna focus and do what I gotta do. But then I go lurk and be like, let me see what they're doing. They say, Oblivion, they're not doing their homework. They're gonna be behind. You want
to know what it was?
Oh no,
it was the last 3 days. The last 3 days. We watched 12 on the first day. We watched 7 the next day, and then we watched 7 the next day. So we're still behind. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny,
but it's either Oblivion or the Expedition game that people have been playing.
Yeah, that one too.
33 or whatever. Yeah.
My girl asked me today, or I believe yesterday. She said, "Babe, why are you so behind your anime?" Like, me trying to explain to her like, yo, I got all the stuff that we have for our regular lives, but also to do the amount of animes we're watching, like 20 something plus animes we're watching, and it's also to kind of discuss them, like, and not saying I was burnt out, but like there's something I could just binge later, like the next week I could do a double binge right now, but I'm like, I was just not feeling it this week. I was just not like enticed to it, like, yeah, I need to check it out.
Yeah,
But
what's those weeks happen sometimes.
as a quick reminder, this is your go-to seasonal anime podcast where we dive into the best, the worst, and the hidden gems of each anime season. For our next segment, we did our little icebreaker, our introduction, who the fuck we are. But let's also do our binge chilling. These are the team binges, our check-ins, our solo binges of what we're discussing and being into. I want to pass it first to Crash himself, because I see he wrote a few things. He tried a few things from the season, so I'm really curious to see his thoughts about it. Talk to us. Why are you so hurt about androids and their feelings?
Okay, so first things first.
Androids have feelings too, man.
I want to address the allegations by the Hispanic Assassin, right? Yes, I did finish Ranking the Kings. Get off my ass. I finally finished it. That shit took fucking forever. The ending was a lot more better. I was so happy with the last episode. Memory was right. There will be a season 2. This was not a season 2 by any means. So then don't fucking call it season 2, then motherfuckers. Do not call it size. Just leave it. Say something that will literally says that it's not season 2 DK. Whatever. That's my shit. So yeah, I finished Ranking the Kings. I'm going to finish Masamune Kun's Revenge. And then Jujutsu Kaisen for the month of May. So by the end of this week, I will finish that other anime and then on to the good shit. But besides that, I will start off first by saying, unfortunately, I was strong-armed by my co-host to watch this bullshit of an anime that everyone's fucking sucking its dick for called To Be Hero X. And boy, oh boy, is that a cheap knockoff of Arcane. Snip C.
That's crazy.
So
But
anyway,
I mean, the way it looks.
So anyways, watch the first 4 episodes with these so-called friends of mine, and all I'll say is, oh shit, bro, that shit was gas. Oh god, 9 out of 10. Actually, I had to admit, I know when Hispanic Assassin is wrong, bro. This shit straight heat. I don't know where the fuck China's coming from, fucking putting on some heat like this. It just came out left field, but I will admit, when I'm wrong, shit was fire. We'll go more into it about that, but I also started watching a ninja and an assassin. It was on my to-do list. I was going to talk about it during Hot or Flop. I'm loving the fuck out of it. If you guys are on our Discord, you can see that I literally been talking by myself throughout the whole thing, just posting photos saying literally all the things I experienced as a master assassin myself with the anime going along with it. It's fucking jokes. I've been having a blast with it. I'm glad that I started now because it's only 5 episodes. And then finally, I started your Forma. And this is the first time ever in my career, or just watching as a veteran viewer.
You give it 10 out of 10 already,
episode.
right? You give it 10 out of 10.
I saw the
best
first
thing ever.
Episode. I saw the first episode of your Forma that everyone and I want to thank my co-host for giving me the resources,
awesome.
the means to watch it, because you guys are the homies, you guys are the goats for that. I don't know where I'd be without you, and that's facts. But I have to say that anime is straight up dog shit. Fuck you guys for putting on that shit. How dare you animes waste my fucking time? I have other animes to watch like Jujutsu Kaisen and fucking Mushoku Tensei. So goddamn you guys waste my time. I already watched the fucking manga, and I hope the goddamn manga's fucking good, because this shit is straight ass. So yeah, don't worry, don't watch that. But I'm gonna talk about that on Hot or Flop next week. Hopefully, potentially, we'll talk about it.
Week
Anyways,
7.
I know Crash. I know Crash said he's usually a completionist. So to hear he dropped something is like, it's that's kind of crazy, right?
He took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, I am a completion. It hurts my soul looking at the fucking episode 2. But the good thing is I didn't fucking watch it on any regular streaming site. Wink, wink. So doesn't hurt my soul. Anyways, to my next co-hosts, whoever you guys want to go next, please tell me what you guys been up to.
Anyone else got anything?
I'm just gonna say I didn't binge anything the past week. Like after we need to find. I think we need to. Well, there's still Moonrise, right? I don't even know if we're gonna.
There's the Moonrise.
I would like to do Moonrise. I would like to do
Yeah.
Moonrise, but Crash wanted to be a little complicated head. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna do my JJK. I'm gonna do my own homework."
Hear me out. Let's do Moonrise by the end of the season, all right?
Let's do it as a group.
That's fair.
Yeah,
You know what? That's fair.
that's fair.
I think we could definitely by the end of the season. Yeah, we should be able to.
Yeah,
do
because
that, right?
I believe Moonrise has 18 episodes or something like that. So technically, it was supposed to go through the summer. So yeah, that also works for us too. But
yeah.
if we're gonna just add something else on mine, I will be going next. Me and Neko, we finally finally fucking finished The Daily Life of the Immortal King Season 1 after 5 months. We finished 15 episodes. After 5 months, me and Neko finished 15 episodes. I kind of know a bit more of how Grem feels that took him like 6 months to watch Ace of Diamond, like the first season almost with her, and then finally kind of get her to watch the rest. So I like feels nice to finally get her to watch season 1 of 15 episodes of The Legend of Immortal King. Now we could get into season 2. Kind of excited for that.
Don't worry. Unless you make a bet with money on the line, she'll never start watching it. You're good.
Hey, we're in season 2 where me and her are almost on the same page. I'm on episode 8 or 9. She's on episode 2 now. We're on episode 2. So we almost there where I am at. So I believe in her. She could do it for sure. It's possible. When it comes to the Daily of the Immortal King, I also want to say that it's very exciting to see a planetary type of show, just having some type of power levels. We're going to have a Demon King, a guy that could control worlds, and get those characters are going to become fodder to our main character. So it's going to be hilarious, and I can't wait for it. Wifey finally is done with Whole Cake Island. She's on Vevery. She's going to watch it on her own. Not going to watch those flashbacks. And there's an anime I tried to watch last night, but I was either too tired or too sleepy, and I couldn't continue watching it. It was on High Dive, so I appreciate my plug. High Dive. The show's
you
called.
Say your plug, thanks, boss man. Appreciate it.
I'm not gonna shout. I'm not gonna put out my plug. I'm not gonna put his name out there. I think he likes to be called an assassin. Is that the exposed to my plug? That's contradicting.
Yeah, it's might as well expose me. Fuck.
Sir,
bro,
that's a whole different show. People are not going to see the continuity here about DMs being exposed. No.
Whatever. I see how it is, boss.
Well,
whatever.
I'm not trying to expose people's names, their jobs, their little side hustle here with plugs right here. Anyway, I saw the show, first episode of I Parry Everything from High Dive.
Oh, no.
It was fun. It was fun.
This man fucking.
No, that is a Vash type beat. That is a Vash type.
Yeah, that is a take. Well. Right, thank you, Kirby. Thank you. Please, just take it away, please. I can't. I don't have the words.
Anyway,
was it?
We're done.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I was gonna say something about I Parry Everything.
We watched episode 1.
Yeah, because I believe because you guys watch it, and I believe Nate dropped it after like the first or second episode. Like I believe,
I wouldn't blame you.
I think he parried like some giant like thing. I'm like, bro, how are you parrying that?
He parried.
You parry girls? How you parry girls, bro? Just say you're Rizzless. Just say that. Look,
chat. I'm here for it. I like the bullshit. And one MemoryNK said that this is a vast type of beat. Sure. He literally said it's a vast type of show. I'm here for it. Don't matter what Crash says, I'm here for it. I will tell you guys either next week episode or 2 months from now once I get to actually finish the show. Unless it hooks me in, I'll binge it in one night in 6 hours. It's possible. I've done it before. Very few times a show actually hooks me in a vast type of beat show. Very rare for that.
Yeah, speaking
Grem,
of
you have some, right?
Yeah. Speaking of binging things in 6 hours. So a little bit of backstory. I was in my server hanging out with some of my friends, and we were just kind of sitting there, and it had been like, half the week I ain't watched no anime yet. So, I was just sitting there, and my buddy randomly throws on this anime, and I finished it. That's not the only thing I have, but so I watched this anime called The Ossan Newbie Adventurer. Trained to death by the most powerful bard.
Oh, yes.
Became invincible.
Bro,
yes. I didn't finish it. I'm like 9 episodes in. It's so fucking hilarious.
Bro, this show is so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, it's basically One Punch Man, but like he has trauma.
Yeah.
It's basically One Punch Man, but he has trauma, and somehow so much riz, because the hottest chick in the entire show is head over heels in love with him, and he has no confidence. And she be there, the episode 1, she's like, yeah, no, me and him are dating. And he's like, what?
Yep, just straight up. The Archive said, I'm yours. If you want me in bed, I'm yours.
Yeah, you want to go to the hot springs? I am down. You want to go right now? Let's go. Like, she is so down, and he doesn't get it. It's funny. No, it was really good. It was a really fun show. Turn off my brain, watch
Did
it.
you finish it or not?
I finished it.
Yeah, he binged it.
Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
binged.
Yeah. I didn't finish it like until like the episode 8 or 9, so I still need to finish like the last 3 or 4. I'm glad to hear that it's like it also has a good ending or just overall good experience. Because
It's just a vibe. Like if you want to watch overpowered protagonists,
right. It's just fun.
You don't want to be serious. Don't want to have your brain on. Don't want to like pay attention. I will say Rick is kind of a badass when he gets mad. He actually had a really cold moment when he got mad. Like basically this dude's like belittling this girl who did all this training and was like a badass in her own right, but he's just it was, you know what it was? It was Neji and Naruto. That's what it was. The Neji, you know, stuck up. He's just good because of his like genes, and Naruto, the hard work, beat his ass. That's basically what happened, except for Naruto was never losing that fight. Well, Naruto was in Naruto, of course, but in this, Rick never was losing that fight.
Oh yeah,
just never, and he completely beat him down. It was not even close. It was really fun. But that's not what Nate was referring to when he.
No,
said
I actually forgot
something.
about you. Yeah, I know you did mention that one, but I forgot. I was just worried.
That is not what he was referring to. Instead, we got something that I gotta thank our girl. She's not here this week, but Neko has been on my ass for a couple of weeks saying that I would like this show. I'm gonna be real with you. I put it at a 9.5. I finally watched Lycoris Recoil.
Ah.
Yes. Oh, bro, what? No way. You're fucking with me.
Finally watched it.
And you give it a 9.5?
Yeah, bro.
That's
I
high.
really liked it.
I've heard of the show. I just haven't seen it, but I heard it's very high.
I can hug you right now, Grem, and you know what? At least thank God we can come around with one fucking show this fucking week. Bro.
And it's not been one of the seasonal ones.
It that came out fucking like 3 years ago, I think. Damn.
It's been 3 years. It's already been almost 3 years.
That was season 2 for Greta Girlfriend. I remember that. That's how I know that came out a while ago.
Yeah, Lycoris Recoil, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised that I was gonna like it. I knew I was gonna like it, but I was surprised by how much I was gonna like it. Yeah. And I was surprised about the coffee shop that they run. Like I knew they were like cops or something. Like I did not know that they are like these like hitman type beat. Like they're there to like ensure safety by just taking the danger off the street, you know, lethally. What's that? That dude about to do something bad? Pop. Clean it up quickly. No one saw it. It's good.
Oh, damn,
like it's like crazy. Okay, that's really what that's really what this whole thing is. And they got this whole underage assassin organization with these underage girls and with underage boys too in a different division.
Yeah.
But I think what impressed me the most about this is I say it all the time. I really like my sad boys, as I like to call them. And Chisato, our girl, she's definitely a sad boy. She's an orphan. She had a failing heart. She got a new heart put in and was basically told by the people who saved her, your entire life mission is to become the best assassin not NA, but you know what I mean. The best assassin in the world. You got it. You have to do this. Like we saved you so you could reach your potential. And all she wants to do is save people and help people. But she is that good. She could, 5 inches away from her, a gun could be pointed at her and she could dodge the bullet. It is bullshit, but she can do it. She's that good.
Bullshit, but she could do it.
It's like a lot of the
anime
stuff
trope, come on.
we
Anime
see in
logic.
Lazarus.
I don't
Yeah,
doubt
like,
it.
Yeah, it's anime logic. Like
Yeah.
you should not be able to do that, but she can. And
Sure.
I don't know why. Maybe it's like the normal trope. I thought the black-haired chick was gonna be like the mentor figure or something, but no, Chisato is hardcore the mentor of this group,
Yes, sir.
and she is so Genki and adorable and so happy all the time. And then you get this underlying, well, I mean, she's happy but she hates her job for the most part. She is like diametrically opposed with everybody running the show, with the values of everybody at this job. She kind of just rejects the whole thing outright, and she is still their best trump card, and she just refuses to do the job. She's like, look, I am the best. Who cares? And you get this girl who comes in out of nowhere, Takina, who gets kind of demoted, I guess, like punished for saving an ally because she didn't keep this person so they could get information from them. She saved an ally first. She took the initiative to save an ally. And because of that, on some Kakashi type beat, like, you didn't prioritize the mission, you saved your ally. Yeah, fucking on a Kakashi type beat, those who don't value their friends are scum. Like, whatever. Like, it was so dumb. I get it, I understand it, but like, she wasn't in the wrong there, but she still got punished for it. And I get it, they needed a fall guy and they kind of used her as that. But so she's kind of down in the dumps, and you have Chisato here that's like, why does it matter? Like, I understand that you want to pay them back. I get that. I get that above everyone. But you can do it a different way. And she ends up learning that she can do it a different way. And Chisato is such a good mentor figure in this entire show. And I'm not gonna lie, episode like 9, when they're closing up the shop and when her heart is failing, and when she kind of sends everyone away, it hit me in the feels, bro. Like, it actually hit me. Like, off camera, Memory was trying to guess what I was watching, and I kind of gave a little bit of hints. I said, it's A1 Pictures. And I said I rated it very high, and I'm not gonna lie, I teared up. And he's like, wait a second, that cuts it down. He's like, A1 Pictures. He's looking at the list, and he's like, see, I'm gonna say Lycoris Recoil, but I don't know why you would tear up for that show. And I'm like, no, I really did though, bro. I really did.
Yeah, because I had, I guess, like Your Line April and I guess Anohana, which obviously those you would like freaking like cry or like tear. A lot of people tear up in those, but like the third one I threw in Lycoris Recoil because I was like, also I've been watching like the shorts or whatever. Like, I think I've had the stream on in Discord.
The
so
OVAs,
like,
right? The ones that come on recently.
Yeah, the little like 2 or 3 episodes or whatever. Like, I've been watching those. And then I was like, oh, Grem was actually in one of these I was watching. He said something about like how he hadn't watched it yet or whatever. So like, I was like, and it is A1 and I could see him rating it highly. So I threw that one in there too.
Yeah, he got it right. He got it right. For the record, so did Neko. Neko also guessed. Neko guessed immediately with like the first 2 hints. Immediately was like, she gave me the hints that she knew exactly what it was. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Well, you did say she was the one recommending you to watch it.
That's true, but still, yeah. Anyway, it was a really good watch. If you haven't seen it, anybody, I highly recommend it. It was such a good binge. There's so many top tier characters in that, and like I said, Chisato is a star of that show. She's so energetic and fun, but she's got that dark side. I love that shit. The people who smile the brightest are normally the ones hurting the most inside, and that is just true in this series. I love that trope. I understand it. That's why I love Meliodas. That's why I love Bond.
Same. Bond Meliodas are my favorites.
7 Deadly Sins had a lot of things wrong with it, but
no, early early Seven Deadly Sins was fucking fire, bro.
I tell
Oh,
people
yeah,
the
so-
first 2 seasons are great.
Yeah.
The rest
Yeah.
you could ignore. That's what I tell people.
No, you
Yeah,
have to watch
I'm
at
not,
least
though.
episode 10 of season 3 though. Because if you don't watch that, you don't understand Meliodas at all.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the one that like is super important. But anyway, yeah, I recommend y'all, if y'all haven't seen it, check it out. It was a really good binge. I'm very happy I watched it. Let's see what I'll binge next week, huh? Who knows?
I can't fucking. I had so much hate for you today. I had so much planned, and then this motherfucker comes out of nowhere saying, "Oh hey, this is one of my top 10, bro." Oh god damn it!
He's bamboozled.
I'm happy
Like
you watched it.
he like
Really happy you watched it though. I'm really happy you watched it. I can't. Fuck. I was planning this whole ass thing. Oh, I'm not even saying it. I'm just happy Grem watched it. God damn it.
he's been bamboozled.
For the fucking millionth time with this man. Bro, this man's this is why he's called Man God, ladies and gentlemen. He just knows how to get into your heads. Just like with me this whole week. Sending me dirty DMs and now fucking trapping me with showing me that he watched one of my favorite animes of all times. Damn it. So good for me. Damn it.
Chat, with that being said, let's be, remembering that, be advised, audience and listeners, we review seasonal anime as well, although on the side of our binges that we do team binges, or aka Crash that don't want to join us, or do we do our seasonal anime coverage from our Monday of last week to our Sunday, May 4th, of today's recording, and time codes will always be provided down in the description, because here is for our anime spotlight for deep dives / mini reviews. And the first thing that we want to give a spotlight to is our drama. I'll give our honorable mentions. Our quick 2 minutes.
Honorable.
Yes. Let's open the same page, and we want to give a shout out. Here's the floor for our honorable mentions of discussions.
Can I go first?
Go ahead first, yeah.
All right, I want to say this because Neko wasn't here and she was gonna watch it. I don't know if she did, but I do want to just mention the dinner table detective, the episode that just came out, because we had ideas of who it might be, and I had an inkling, and I saw the episode, and I'm like, I was so fucking wrong. I was half right with the answer, and it turns out, again. Spoilers for those, watching. I'm gonna spoil everything right now, but it was 2 people who actually murdered this man. Not 1, 2 people. So I was half right saying it was the secretary lady, and then the other lady was the second girl, I believe, of the 3 girls in that dating app. So tragic backstory with that. That guy's a piece of shit, just trying to scan them of their money so that way he can go get surgery to get taller. Which, I mean, look, I'm short, but I would fucking never. I'm happy where I'm at. But that, I guess some people can't cope with their size, I guess. So this man copes by fucking robbing girls of their bread so he can go get taller, I guess. And they were not taking his shit, and you know what happened.
Bro, it's crazy. The whole thing happened because the dude was insecure about his height. Like, that is it's just insane.
I'm 5'5", maybe 5'6". I have been bullied about my height all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had a problem with it for me personally. I have.
Yeah.
I have had moments where the height advantage actually helps me out a lot. So it sometimes it's good to be the little guy. So for those who are very secure with their height, don't be proud of yourself. Be good for who you are, because there's only one person in this life. It's only just you. So make it work for what you got.
Yeah, like, height doesn't say or mean anything about like the kind of person you are. Obviously, like,
You know the same about guys with big socks.
Wears big shoes. Woo!
Yes, sir.
They got big
that was crazy.
toes.
Oh, but also I will say with dinner table detective, just to quickly add on, because we did get the conclusion, but we also started a new case, which I actually am really interested in the setup like that they had for the new case, like with the VTuber and all that, and the delivery drive. Yeah, like I was actually like very invested in like we haven't got it all solved yet or figured out, but like how they've kind of introduced this case. I'm actually really interested to see how it's going to play out, for sure.
I have an idea of how he may have passed, but I also have an idea of how they may have met and what's the connection between the two. But I don't want to say nothing until we see more in the next episode. But
I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious how they met, right? They both have the throat issues, right?
Yeah, but the question is, who risked who up first? Did he hear her sing, and then he's like, I aspire to be like her. Like, if she could do it, I can too. maybe there was jealousy involved where it's like one was getting better than the other. Who knows?
I'm just wondering what happened after, because we saw like the delivery was like dropped off, and then the dude just like he rode away on his bike, and then he somehow was like dead by the train tracks or whatever, right? So like like in between that time, like what the hell happened after that? Like once he dropped that delivery off.
Also, who the hell's asking like on the YouTube
On Twitch, DK Twitch.
The super chat? No, it's you. It's a super chat. It's YouTube. Who's asking on the super chats? Like, did your delivery come yet?
Yeah, really creepy stalker type vibe.
Yeah, and it really got to her. So like,
yeah,
Nani?
But which is kind of like it's sad, but it's like kind of realistic too, especially for a lot of those bigger streamers, like the kind of stuff that they have to deal with. Yeah,
getting swatted and shit like that. No, it's
not even the stream with Valkyrie and those other two girls and that guy kind of confronted
that
them.
dude that came up to
that was
weird. Very weird.
Oh, do you remember a couple years back they were at like a parking lot, they were like recording, I think it was a vlog they made. I think Valkyrie made a vlog. She was like in a car and there's like this homeless dude like coming up to her and like acting kind of crazy. I don't know. They got shit they got to deal with. It's kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't be weirdos, guys. Like, you know, I love your Oshis, love your idols, love your VTubers, but don't be weirdos. Like, come on.
Yeah. Don't make it like your whole personality too. Like, please.
It's too late for me, but you guys can save yourselves. Anyways, Vash, you've been very quiet, my boy. You have anything to add with this?
I didn't watch this week episode.
Of course you fucking didn't.
I didn't.
Of course you fucking didn't.
I don't got thoughts. I'm sorry. I don't got comments on there.
Anyways, that was our, quote unquote honorary mentions. And now that there's nothing more to add, unless anybody else wants the floor to add anything else with his honorary mentions.
No, for drama, no. Up at the doors.
No, I don't think so.
Drama, because I know we have our own segment for KOWLOON, because that's rom-com and drama, so I know we have that for later.
Yeah, moving that's a drama later, but
I can't think of anything. I mean, maybe I guess we could call like Apocalypse Hotel drama.
That'd be more of Neko. I think she's.
Yeah. Okay. I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this week was pretty good. It was pretty good. The
most action heavy episode you would like. I was not expecting such an action heavy episode.
Oh really? Huh.
The Tanukis are being little pieces of shit, like, but now they're being subtle pieces of shit. You know, they're not literally flinging their crap around. Instead, they're like, we may have made a mistake complimenting the chef because they haven't made us a damn different thing since. We've been here like a month and they've gave us the same meals over and over and over, slanging shit, like being so passive aggressive about it too. It's like, all right, fine, So they went out to go hunt, and like Memory said, it's a very action heavy episode. There's a worm from Dune here, just
Alaskan worm
over here trying to eat people, and our Tanuki girl came out and showed out.
Yeah, she was actually pretty cool. The Ponko, I think her name is. Like, she was actually pretty cool in this episode. Like the giant, like, I don't know, just how they like set it up or were trying to set it up. They failed like a couple times for sure, but then they finally, like, with the giant crane, and just it looked really good too. Obviously, like, which I've been surprised. Like the production for this series has actually been really good so far.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. As for drama, though, I don't got anything else, dude. Does anyone else?
No, I'm ready to talk about the actual meat of the swords. Our cat has been found, in a way.
Yes.
Before you start, finally, our girl, she's doing. We can talk about this.
Yeah,
we can talk about it.
Thanks a fucking lot for not.
They're sisters. The fucking sisters.
Yeah, right, honestly, I had a feeling it was gonna be either she was the concubine or their sisters. But
wait. Why not both? Anyway,
don't you fucking drop a bomb like that and
No, stop. I dropped this bomb 3 weeks ago, and I caught it. Nate
I was
caught
the only
it,
one that
and,
heard it.
and Neko
Me
caught
too.
it.
Me too.
No,
Me too.
Neko,
Me too, Hardy.
Neko also got it. I dropped it accidentally. I said, yeah. So anyway, about Lola, and then I said, Shisui. And I kept going, and nobody noticed.
I believe if you go to the, cause I remember editing my face. My face and Nate's face both were like, huh? We both look up and we were like, we're just gonna pretend and not
like that Gremlin or some shit.
Like we both acknowledge it, but it's funny how me and Nate, we didn't stare at each other. We both just, nobody else brought it up. Gremlin just said it's not good to bring it up, guys. Let's just move along. So it's just funny because I remember it, and it's just funny. That's just funny.
So
they're sisters.
Slight spoiler, boys, but they're sisters, and yeah, she is Lolan. I think at this point it's pretty obvious. She was sneaking in and out. What do you guys got to say about that?
Because it makes sense now. We have the foreigners. One thing I'm trying to figure out, where the fuck are they? Because if the foreigners are there, that's also easy accessible. It makes it to question, how far did they travel, or did they really travel any far?
They traveled through a river, so if we're talking China River, like they didn't travel.
We don't know though. We don't know.
I mean,
it's all about perception. They could have traveled through the river, but then they could have literally gone back. It's all about Mama perception because I believe they also had her. I believe the ice cover or something possibly. So it's like it's all about perception possibly.
No, they were underneath the boat. She had a chance to go up. All she felt was the motion of the ocean. No pun intended. And she was like,
no,
it's
she was
weird.
also.
It's what I remember laughing. She like, it's weird. We're in a river, but we're going upstream. That's so odd. And I'm kind of like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't understand what you're saying.
She was also blindfolded, and she said they switched boats a couple of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. They said boats.
Yeah, so she was blindfolded and switched boats. So it's like it makes it question: how far did she actually go, or did she go anywhere to actually get perceived from that? Because it seems like they were close because the foreigners were there as well. So for the foreigners of accessible in there, it kind of begs the question, like, where the fuck are they?
You know what this discussion I don't want to get too much into it, but this discussion just makes me think of Space Brothers when they were on the bus and they thought they were going somewhere far away to train, and they actually were just in the same place that they left from.
That's train. What it feels like to me, because I feel like it's all about the imagery of kind of in a way of fuckery. So it's like, did they actually go somewhere, or did they just did like a loop, and just to have them pretend they actually going somewhere far?
Well, that is a good thing to think about, you know.
Other than that, we have Jinshi trying to find Mama and trying to put all the pieces together. We have Loman actually figuring out the cat to the alcohol, try to show them how it is. Jinshi is observing and learning a lot about Mama, of how she has learned her skill set from Loman.
Yeah.
So that's also really cool to see, of Jinshi to learn a bit of Mama, of why she is the way she is and how she learned her skill set. So that's pretty cool too. Also, even though he kind of felt bad when Lama was like, yeah, I'm not worried about her, because there was a time that she was kind of taken away for a year and I had no type of contact with her. And Jinshi's like, oh yeah, that was us. Yeah.
That's one of Loman's patented just stabbing you in the heart, not even looking at you, not casting you a second glance, but the like, I know. Yeah, don't worry about it.
But like, also, I would like to have someone like that around, just because like I feel like most people would like start freaking out and panicking and making like quick decisions that could be like, the wrong decisions, but you're just kind of going off instinct, right? So I feel like kind of his just mindset, or like his approach, at least for me, like if I was in that situation, or if I was like Jinshi or someone like that, like it would help put me more at ease and to kind of like calm down and think about things more like logically. So I actually like, I don't know, I think him being there, like I know like the timing of it's kind of crazy that this is all happening, but like him being there, it's like I feel like a lot better. Obviously, like Lacan is around too. He's gonna end up, I would assume, getting involved in this at some point.
Yeah, but Lacan is anything but calm.
Oh, he's anything but calm. He's very reactionary. So I'm really curious to see like
I'm
once you
just not
find out.
worried. I'm not worried about Mao Mao, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried.
Mama's not even worried about herself. She just literally just found out like, hey,
I think
like she threw a snake at her enemy, guys. She literally threw a snake at her enemy. Like, I'm gonna just test something out. Snake at them. Like, would they get scared? And then she knew. She like, I had a feeling. Yeah, we're friends. I had a feeling. Something was going on, and there were sisters and everything. And she like, all right, cool. She rip off. She like, this bitch ain't gonna run. I'm good. And girl had her follow. It's like, yo.
Well, I would say you gotta think about it like this. She cut her bonds and didn't even spare her a second glance, and the guards also moved with her. That leads me to believe, I don't know, maybe it's just me, that it doesn't matter if she runs. Like, you got to think about it like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, to not really be worried about, like, to just kind of let her have free reign.
Maybe it just
a
doesn't matter
bit,
if she runs.
Yeah, because also it makes it to do like, why did they bring Mama here? What is it? So
it's
important?
like they want someone to react. They want someone to kind of lash out at them or take action against them, right?
Yeah, because like
maybe for something else to domino effect, I guess.
Exactly. So like, who is this? Who are they trying to hurt? Are they trying to hurt Jinshi, or are they trying to hurt Mama because they brought Mama here? They're willing to tell them everything. They don't look like a bad people because even Sushi,
the little boy and all
yeah,
that.
the little boy and them, they were all going around like, hey girl, we miss you, we love you, how you been, long time no see, we heard you was not gonna see us no more, blah blah. Also a festival at the right time, also the mask. I feel like that's all leading into something.
No, what they're doing is they're setting us up. They're trying to make us feel, they're trying to warm our hearts a little bit.
That's what I was gonna say.
And some tragic shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Shisui or Lolan, whatever. Sure, like actually dying this time, potentially, like some shit like that. Like, or who knows who else is in the path of, right? Based on what Jinshi, if Lacan is involved, like what he does, I mean, that's like with these moments that it seems like they're trying to kind of set up potentially, like with where Mama's at right now, even like the little boy, like they're trying to like grip us and make us like, they're trying to give us some heartwarming, more like personal, I feel like, moments just to set us up for tragedy for sure, to try and make us feel a certain type of way. But my thing with Lolan, now that I mean, it's so nice that I can just say it, is just like, what is like with the whole Shisui thing, like it reminds me, I forget what anime it was, but it was an anime where it was kind of like a princess type vibe where like she went outside and was like disguised, but she was trying to live the life that she really wanted to live and not be like all like cooped up in the castle or like, the princess lifestyle and stuff like that. Like, no, it was an anime. I mean, that is, I guess Shrek would kind of apply to, right? But I feel like there's a lot of things that could apply because there's like been a lot of stories that have actually done that.
Yeah.
But is it just something like that? Or, I mean, well, she's obviously out here probably gathering a lot of information, a lot of, things like that as well, which is probably, especially for someone in her position or her standing, is probably a good thing. But also, I feel like it may be a thing like that, right? Where she's out here just kind of trying to live a life that she really probably wants to live. Have friends like Shaolin, like Mao Mao, things like that. But then, like, I don't know, this, like, she's obviously in on the plan of like capturing Mao Mao and whatever is going to come with that. So, I mean, or is it more so like Sure, like kind of pulling the strings on her? Like, but I don't know, she's involved with it. She knows what's going on. Like, she's kind of, I was actually calling, I think I was saying it like while we were watching the episode. I was like, oh, you're a great actress. Like, you're just playing this off like, woe is me. But you know what's going on right now. Like, so I don't know. It's from a character perspective, it does interest me a lot, right?
Same.
To learn more of like, her motivations, like why she's doing this, or even like going into more details with the whole Shisui thing. And if it's just a baseline thing like that, like, oh, where she wanted to live kind of the life that she's always wanted to live and not be, Lolon. I mean, I'm sure it's probably more than that and they're going to expand on that, but I'm way more interested in her character now for sure. So that's a good thing.
I was mad.
ask.
I was mad at so once on the ship, she leaned on Mama. She like, I'm gonna take a little rest. She like, oh
Yeah.
look, like all sad, scared. And then once I started walking on the trail, the snake, she like, yo sis, you good? Once like I felt bad for Mal, like, yo, my trust issues will be hurt. I'm like, bitch, who do I trust now? I'm like, yo, you acted like you was all scared in it, but you was part of the plan. She was never gonna stab you. Like, oh, you
Yeah.
bitch.
Like, I would not want to, like,
Oh.
especially if I was that close or I thought I was that close with someone or friends, that good of friends, like, I would not want to put someone through that, like, obviously, or just like, or even just, it's kind of like a mind game in a way, because then, like, once you do that, it's like, from Mao Mao's perspective, she's like, okay, well, what the hell? Like, you were making me believe that you were actually feeling that way, or like you were scared or whatever. And then, like, you were just playing it off the whole time. So, like, I don't know. It's a very interesting situation for her character, which that aspect I like. I think Neko's like always asking, like, why do you dislike her so much? Like, why do you hate her? I don't even hate her. I just have been sus of her since day one. That's been my thing. Like, the way she would randomly pop up in the most random times, and would disappear and just, yeah, it was just, it was something that as it went on, it became more and more apparent. So, but I think it's like, from a character writing perspective, I think it's actually like a really good thing, because to learn more, I feel like, as we go forward. But I'm also like scared now because of the potential repercussions, right? When you're messing with someone like Mao Mao, especially when you have Jinshi, Lacan, whoever else, but really Lacan, I guess. But yeah.
I
That was
have
a
to
good
ask you
episode, though.
guys. I gotta ask you this.
Here
Okay.
we go. Oh, here we go.
How much do you think Lolon is really friends with Mao Mao?
No,
No.
I think it's not. The thing with him and Mao Mao is that it's just an acknowledgement. They understand that biologically they're connected in a way, but that's it. They have never talked with each other like that. Minus what we saw in the first season at the very end and stuff like that. They haven't talked in a fatherly, daughterly way. So, to
What are
say
you talking
that
about, brother?
talking about Lacan and Mao Mao, no?
I
Nope.
said Lolon.
No, Lolon.
Oh, Lola. Sorry, I heard Lacan.
Shisui. Do you think Shisui and Mao Mao are actually friends?
No.
See,
Like,
I
we
don't
know
even
she's
I-
been put on an act, but do you think she's really friends? Do you think
I think she like wishes that they were. Like, deep down, she probably wishes that they could be friends, but she knows with her position that they like can't. I think
You
it's
know
like
what
one
it
of-
might be? It might be she's biting the bullet where kind of like she learned to hate her, met her, started to like her, and then now that the act is unraveling, she has to like make a decision now where it's like, do I continue to put on the hate that I was taught, or do I end up fuck it and just?
Why do you think she hates Mao Mao?
I don't think she hates Mao Mao. I think she was taught to hate Mao Mao. Or
Why
I
would
could
she
be wrong.
be taught? No. I'm just wondering, why would she be taught to hate Mao Mao? Mao Mao has nothing to do with the politics for the most part.
Exactly. So it's like you're
She's removed. She's removed. There's no reason to be trained to hate Mao Mao. Right?
No, I mean, like, the hate doesn't come from like you're just like, okay, like the sister was like, okay, we're gonna go here. You're gonna have to watch over somebody, or you gotta like make sure to avoid this person because we don't like them. Kind of, it's kind of like high school or like a school kind of
Do you
situation.
think the
where-
sister's kind of manipulating her, maybe or something? Is that like
it's a
kind of
theory?
what
I don't know, or
Yeah.
it could be like
Okay.
it could be that I don't know. Like it's
I don't
It's
even know
such
right now if Mao Mao
Yeah.
would like even with the way that we kind of know how Mao Mao's character is. Like, I don't even know if she personally herself would see Shisui as a friend.
I think she would,
Honestly.
if situation comes where
So-
she's in danger, I think Mao Mao would save her because you want to remember too. There's also Xiaoling that also sees her as a friend, and if she doesn't come back with Mao Mao to the rear palace, it's kind of lost a friend in a sense. I mean, she kind of like Mao Mao kind of did lose a friend.
Oh, dude, no, I think we probably have saw them together. Like the last I was talking about, what was it in the
ice cream? Yeah, you were saying, yeah,
the ice cream. I was like, that's probably the last time we seen them together, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably like Shisui, Shaolin, and Mao Mao like that.
The trio of them.
Like that.
Last
That's probably
time.
the last time.
She literally said, "Oh, ice cream! I'm gonna get this shit. Thank you. We lick. Boom, done. That relationship is
it's funny you guys say
snap
that too.
or taking the void."
It's funny to say that too, because I'm going back to what I was saying before in the previous podcast and another podcast that I was just in. It's just business. Like, don't use your friends as a means to get ahead in life. Like, if I have a chance to do what I do now and make money for it and be happy, cool, I'll do it. If not, I'll find another means to make bread, to make things happen. But don't step over your friends, the people you met, like the real ones who have your back, honestly, from day one, just because you want to get ahead in your career, your life. But yeah, in the similar situation too, I think Mama is very humble and kind. As much as she doesn't want to get involved, what's going to end up happening is she's going to get involved because anime trope, we're going to see like she sacrifices herself, somebody gets hurt, and then Mama gets hurt, and then bam, everybody lives. But then it's like, she did it anyways. So to answer your question, Grem, I don't know. I want to give you a good answer, but I don't think the answer is good enough because I don't think we know enough right now.
Hey man, I'm just trying to lob shit up because I can't speak. You know?
Exactly. I know you can't speak, and I know you want to inside your heart. You're like, you're gonna know soon, and I'm just like,
I will. The last thing I'm gonna say is I can't wait for next episode.
I know something's gonna go down. It could be bad, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
So,
Setting up for something.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad we're going to be doing the special episode next week because we can't really talk about the episode all that much.
No, I believe we're doing. I believe we're doing How to Flop week 7. I believe we're doing How to Flop week 7, week 6. We're doing.
We moved it. So for those who may or may not know, we'll make the announcement here. We'll talk about it more at the end of the broadcast. But we are now officially, going to be putting How to Flop for week 7. Two big reasons because one, it's Mother's Day. We definitely have a lot of things to take care of, so may or may not be busy. And two, it just feels like we have more time to prep, more things to talk about, a lot of more spicier things are happening during week 6. So I feel like we should give it a little more time to let it cook before we make a decision of what is the hottest or the floppiest this season. But that's more to talk about in the podcast.
Speaking of floppy, Jinshi exists. Anyway. Anyway,
so
are we...
yeah. Dog shit. We're going to talk about this dog shit ass anime.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this.
I don't. I mean, Neko, it's usually Neko's floor for your Forma. I honestly don't.
Fuck her. She's not here. Fuck her. Okay, so we're going on.
All right, look, wait. Before we let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for a second. This Your Former episode was kind of underwhelming. It really hurts. Our main girl just kind of gets sidelined. She kind of gets tossed away, thrown away like a used condom. And now she's just here existing in her depression.
Yeah.
And
you said you had nothing to say. Don't say now you had something to say, memory.
And now Harold Harold is like just tried out the new condom and liking it a lot, but also feeling a little bit sad because he had a connection with the old condom. But
what did he say?
He can obviously tell that something is up with Ichika, and Ichika just won't. She's like, won't say what's going on, which is kind of frustrating.
This whole episode was frustrating, honestly.
The best thing, my favorite thing about this episode was the freaking Breaking Bad reference, bro.
Oh yeah, there was
with Walter White and Jesse laying on the freaking on the
that's
bed.
pretty good.
Did you see that, Crash? Oh wait, you dropped it, duh.
He dropped it after episode 1.
Episode 1. For all my viewers, I'm telling you right now, I have never seen anime. I have notes here. I'll read it to you real quick. The story was too rushed. Synopsis was a trap. It really was. I love mystery animes. By no means was this a good mystery anime. If anything, the mystery of this fucking anime is why the fuck did I give it the fucking time of day to watch it? Jesus Christ.
I
Manga is
think
better than anime. Animation soundtrack doesn't save anime. So why the fuck is the anime being rushed? Why the fuck am I watching 24 minutes of bullshit happening where I'm just kind of like, I have to assume or I have to know beforehand? I'm not going to do homework for an anime, no. Unless this is, I almost sometimes has a feeling of Russian where the manga is so much more better than the anime, that's different. But in this instance, I don't want to read something to then have to watch the anime to know what the fuck's all about. No, I want to walk in and just kind of be surprised, amazed, kind of like first time, like, oh, I'm going to show you the ropes. Bet.
you know what it is?
Hmm?
So KOWLOON did something similar where they kind of like in one episode they did an entire volume, right?
Yeah.
But they did it well. Like I never felt lost in that. I felt immersed and I felt like I was learning stuff as I was going. For your Forma, the first like 10 minutes of the episode 1, I'm just lost.
Yeah.
Not like I'm finding my bearings, it's I am completely lost.
Yeah. I told you guys, I was telling my co-host at the beginning when I first started the first episode, the first 5 minutes and 30 seconds, I literally paused it and I asked everybody, am I watching the right episode? Because I was like, I feel like you might have miswrote it. And they're like, no, you're watching the right episode. I'm like, so why do I feel like I'm missing a lot of information?
They adapted volume 2 starting in episode 1 and not volume 1 in the start.
But you know what? If you ask Neko, volume 1 isn't important, so I don't know.
I'm not gonna ask her, she's not here, so fuck her. So anyways, why the fuck am I going to watch an anime that did that shit? I don't even, and you guys can correct me because I don't personally know. I don't know a fucking anime that has done that where it's like, fuck volume 1, I'm gonna go to volume 2. No. Start at the fucking beginning. I want to know the beginnings because whether it's dog shit or not, I just need to know. Like, you want to have some backstory, origin story, something.
I felt like the exposition, because from what I've heard from 2 people that have read the first volume, is that it's a lot of exposition. I felt like we needed that exposition.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the foundation. Like, yeah, it might be the boring stuff, but like that's the foundation or the groundwork of the series, like the introduction of the characters. Like
it gives us solid ground.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Like you just kind of thrown in, and it feels like these relationships have already been like established, and you don't know how. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a recipe for disaster, right? When you start off the beginning of the series with the second volume, like that is just, I don't care what came before it. Like, or what happened in the first volume, like, right? Like the author could have been trolling in the first volume. I don't even care. Start from the beginning. Like it's just like I said, a recipe for disaster. So like, I'm not even surprised that.
I mean, that's the reason. That's the reason, like Gintama, people like diehard Gintama fans say skip the first 2 episodes. And start from
that's just actually filler. Yeah, that's just actually.
Well, no, it's actually filler, and it has all the characters already introduced, and their relationships already established.
The first 2 episodes of Gintama?
The first 2 episodes of Gintama are filler.
They're filler, and all of the characters.
Like they actually are filler.
Yeah, and all the characters are there.
Who talks about an anime with filler? Actually, you know what? Don't answer that. I know already.
Gintama.
It is. That is some Gintama. Like Gintama's just a trolley series, bro. Like,
yeah.
So like,
you know what?
for them,
I asked the wrong question.
Like that's just the most Gintama thing, though, is to start off the series of filler. Like,
but I mean, it worked for Gintama because, at the very least, it kind of told us the relationships. It was exposition. It was filler, but it felt more like exposition that was funny. Like, the first 2 episodes of Gintama worked because it wasn't serious. Yeah, they skipped fucking into the middle of shit where you're already supposed to know these characters, but it worked because it wasn't taking itself seriously. The problem is your Forma threw us in, like, off the deep end, and then expected us to land on our feet and understand everything that's going on, or like be intrigued by the mystery when we're kind of there looking around going, why should we care about Ichika? What is the, like, I don't need to know like what the trauma is, but it would help me to know like a little bit about her, a little bit about this world, a little bit about what the dive is. Like, it would help me to have that exposition just a little bit to like understand the type of world I'm immersing myself in, not just kind of thrown into the deep end and being like, I hope you can swim.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
this is just a situation where like if anything really in this adaptation like piques your interest, like just go read it probably. Like that's just like
Yeah.
which there are things I find like interesting about the series. So like that might be something that I do, you know, but at some point I'm not like gonna be in a hurry to do it because like it personally doesn't jump out that much to me, but yeah, it's obviously just felt like it's missed, which it is missing stuff, but like it just has felt like, you know, it's felt like that even like with this episode. I mean, yeah, I just
Like the stuff with what's her name?
Bigga, yeah.
I guess, bro, I did not know her name was Bigga until this episode, and I was dying. But no, like the stuff with like Bigga's dad and like, am I supposed to know about this? Am I supposed to know like something about this? Like, it felt like I just didn't know what was going on, and everyone else feels like everyone else is privy to an inside joke, and I just have no idea what's happening. Like I'm on the outside watching all these people laugh at a joke that I just don't get.
I can't believe it. I'm honestly saying, like, for the second time in this episode, I'm agreeing with Grem. And what is this, ladies and gentlemen?
Sometimes
There's
it's bound
must be
to
something
happen.
here.
It's bound to happen at times. You know, Gremlin does
Right.
make some good points. Even if he be outlandish and foolish at times, he makes some great points.
His words, not mine. His words, not mine. But wow.
But anyway,
Jesus.
Let's talk about his other great series, right, Gremlin?
Let's talk about the
Yeah.
Isekai and
It's
the
all you. I
fantasy
already
genre.
tired talking about that shit. It's all you.
Does anyone have any honorable mentions for Isekai? Or
I do.
fantasy series?
I do. You know, I do have some honorable mentions. I want to get to my boy, the Underwear Meister. Underwear Meister. It was a good episode for this week. Episode 6. It was. This series is so wholesome.
Water.
Bro came to clean a curse summoning
Oh, the
circle.
scrawler!
The
The
scrawler.
scrawler! You
scrawler.
gotta clean the scrawler scrawling. What's that? Have an onigiri, but I'm cursed to not be able to eat. Yeah, but I'm me. Eat.
And then she
What?
ate a rice ball,
What?
and then it healed her fucking curse. Her 9-tailed curse mark is gone. Like it's nothing.
This
It
show
was-
is so dumb.
It's dumb, but it's dumb in a wholesome way. Look, it's comfort for me. I enjoy it. Like, she literally ate a rice ball and her fucking holy magic in 3 seconds removed that shit like it was nothing. It was wild. I love it. Must protect Kurt at all times. He thought his food was so bad that the soldiers
take.
were not enjoying the food because they were quiet, because they were forcing down their food down their throat. But now, homie, that shit was busting, and they wanted to dog that shit down in the best way possible. That shit was good. Kurt is pretty common for the wounds to heal after a good meal, he said. And the general and the vice commander said, nobody says that, my G. None of this is common or normal. And I love that. I love that. I love how
Did you just say that shit was busted?
yeah, she was busting.
What part of that?
busted.
No. Go.
She was
It's
busting.
busting so much it literally heals you.
Yeah. And we have a great evil witch at the end. That's all I got. And the bishop looks ugly as still as always. He looks fat with gold teeth and ugly as hell. That's all I got for that one.
So yeah,
I will give a shout to what was it? The
The Brilliant Healer, New Life in the
Brilliant
Shadow.
Healer, which I am still watching.
Ah, you
I'm
do
still
it.
watching
I
that.
like that. I
I'm
like
still-
that. I like
Yeah.
that. It was a good episode. Fuck the party. I love how Zeno said, "Nah, I ain't joining ya. I'm good." And I love he said, "If you want me to join ya, you gotta pay me for healing, resurrecting arm, resurrecting this.
killing
and-
curses.
I can do it for money.
Dude really thought he was gonna be able to just get him back, like
He
after he
really thought
treated him
so.
like
He
that.
said, "Nah, he's gonna come back. He's gonna be my bitch once more." I was hoping
Bro, this is
for
this
something
is
like
the-
A-Ring Party. I was hoping something like A-Ring Party where the guy gets stabbed in the back, or just get something like, "Oh, you're gonna die and repeat and then die." I was hoping something like that.
I mean, the girls were like shitting on him though. That was
Oh,
kind
they
of
were.
sad.
all of the
Oh,
girls.
he's like, "Oh, you're the guy that dropped him like it's nothing."
Are you that dumbass that just ditched Xenos? Dude, I appreciate you, but
And he's
get
like
out.
so confused. He's like, wait, like they all like see him in this way. Like he's like what is he like the shit now or something? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, why are they all talking about him like
Dude,
this?
bro's like, is this dude's dick magic? Like, what's happening?
He was trying to figure out like, yo, how does every girl love him? And he was even mad they got shot by the Iron Knight. He like, he even got this bitch too. How? What the fuck did he do?
His dick really must be magic.
I will say some
He's
of
the
the
Riddler.
dudes like I got a kick out of like he screeched like a few times in the episode and I got
Oh,
a
yeah.
kick out of that. Like, he's that shit sounded so goofy to me. So yeah, that was something.
It's very wholesome. The other one I love to. I'm a bit confused, but I still enjoy. The evil lord of the intergalactic empire. I'm not
that's not an honorable mention. That's something we're talking about.
Oh, sorry,
We've
my apologies.
discussed this.
It was not here in the document. It was not here in the document, so my apologies. I was gonna jump into it, so I will save it before we. I will save my thoughts so we could do T-Bat next, but unaware.
No, I mean, we can jump into it now, but I'm letting you know it's not an honorable mention.
Copy. Old Country from Bumpkin to Swordmaster. I tried to watch this week episode, but I fell asleep. So that's what I got.
Please
That-
drop
I
it.
don't even think we got to it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't even-
so
Yeah.
I didn't even get to it. I left my airing party to help my former students. Was a solid episode. He finally got back, but it's been 2 weeks. He thought his bitch was taken, but it wasn't. I love how Rain, she gave a bet to the guy, said, yo, if he lives, I'm not yours, I'm his. But if he stays dead, I'm your hoe. I am yours. And I'm like, okay. And she gave that faith in his boy Yuki. Yuki came back out. The girl was his, and I like this guy. He said, yo, a bet is a bet. Your girl was honest. And I love how his wife said, hey, you gotta listen to the women. And this other side of the world, they listen to their wives. I had it here. Where is it? No. I believe it was in the Discord. I wrote in the Discord. It was really funny. Where is it? I left my airing party. I believe I had it here. He also bathed with 4 of the ladies. That was pretty cool as well. You are Rain, the blue haired girl. You can tell the blue haired girl, you are what led me back to me home. It reminds me of the lightning rod type of message from the Flash family. How the Flash family
You're
has
my lightning rod.
it's like to Iris
Iris,
West.
oh.
Yeah, to Iris West. You know,
You're my lightning rod, Iris.
Barry
Huh?
literally says
That's
that.
how I will
Wally.
always find my way home.
Huh?
Wally
That's
as
dead
well
ass. Like that's a line, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
is. Also, it says here, darling, William, women have their own will and rights, just like their husbands. What else is it? Magena, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? I explained it many times. And if you want to reform your country, you ought to listen to your wife more. And I just love how his type of facial expression. It was a good episode. It was fun. I feel like it was playing to the politics of marriages and how you got to try to be balanced and 50-50. You got to listen to your husband. You got to listen to your wife. I thought it was a playing homage to that type of political side of it things. That was very funny. And this man Yuki, he's gonna right now at the end of the episode, he bathed with 5 ladies. This man is a player. This man is a Rizzler. It's like we keep saying in this episode. Our MCs are Rizzlers out here. But let's talk about.
So he's not gonna get any, right?
I do want to say this before we move on. Gotta give a shout out to Vash because this isn't about the newest episode of A-Rank. Still haven't watched it, but
For last
episode
week.
what?
Yeah. Last week.
15.
15. You said it was a banger, one of the best episodes of A-Rank. I don't know if you did. You said
It
it was
is
the
it.
best
Yes.
episode of A-Rank.
I did. Yes, I believe. I did say that last week.
Okay, it was a banger. It was a banger episode 15. Like the reveal, the fight. I mean, the reveal that the gold rock or whatever was Simon was kind of like that was like crazy, and I feel like it makes you
Yeah.
think of I don't know, it makes you think of a lot of things in the series in a different way. And also that you pretty much ended like multiple timelines, I guess, or like realities because he exploded him. So, but like he literally like he ended up that way, was like cursing the world essentially, right? And until it reached a point again to where the person who, you know, obviously
brought him back, Rain, that brought him back. And he was technically gone for 2 weeks. He would have been gone longer Rain didn't use a magic item to find him and literally scream out his name, Yuki, find me. If he didn't hear that, he would have probably still be gone in the void.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a cool concept. Like, again, like, I appreciate you shouting that out. Like, episode 15 was good.
Yeah, you were spitting. You were spitting with that.
And episode 16 was a good ending book to the overall arc of this dungeon and what it was. And they're also revealing what the next 8 episodes of this arc is going to be. So it's going to be very exciting what is going to be the next 8 episodes and the next dungeon that they're going to conquer or accomplish or maybe fail. Who knows?
Okay.
But let's talk about T-Bat.
T-Bat.
Why are we still watching this piece of shit? Because honestly, it would be like, look.
Oh, Vash, you don't know.
It's a without the animation, story-wise is like an 8 and 9 of potential. Like, yo, this is interesting, this is good. But with the animation included, it's just like a 7.5. But imagine if the anime was there, like solo leveling.
7.5? He gave it a 7.5 with the anime. Holy shit! This, if you guys ever were curious on how fucked his ranking scale is, he gave T-Bat a 7.5.
I like the
with
story.
The animation.
I like the story. The story was
Bro,
driving.
This animation is
No.
so dog water,
No,
bro.
it's dog shit. It's dog shit.
No.
It's dog shit.
So you don't
100%.
know.
100%.
He
It's
doesn't
dog
know.
shit.
Holy
100%.
shit.
It's dog shit. I'm not taking that away, chat.
We don't know.
Don't
what.
misunderstand. Don't misunderstand that.
I told you. I told you a memory, Gremlin, the other day. But I'll tell Vash because I don't think he was there for it. So
I wasn't here. Talk to me though.
I was looking at Mal, right? Of course, Mal.
Of course,
is like the worst
Mal.
place to look at it.
Of course,
Yeah,
Mal
Mal's
is the worst
place
piece
to
of shit. Yes,
Oh.
understood.
Yeah. Do you know what is the lowest rated anime this season? Take a wild guess, my guy.
No. In America, do you know what's like rated number 3 in Japan?
You're lying. No way.
It is.
Really?
It is.
I
No, I have to look at it right now. No way.
Look in Japan. It's
the other
up
day.
there,
I think when it
bro.
was Wednesday or Thursday, I looked at it from this podcast. It was 5.48, the lowest ranking.
No, I
anime
get that.
this season.
But this is, but
Already
what
in
you're not
Japan,
understanding.
you're
You don't understand the lore of the Japanese, bro. This is up there in Japan.
No way.
Yeah, some of their tastes are questionable. I'm sorry, but I mean,
This is not.
like a lot of like some of these idol ones. I mean, come on, bro. Like they.
No one's watching the fucking. I mean,
No, there's some
No,
good idol
no,
shit.
no.
There's some good idol
No.
shit. Don't get me wrong, but
Love Live is
it
up
feels
there.
like every single idol series that comes out, like it's always doing numbers in Japan. I'm just like,
Yeah.
there's things where they're pretty like spot on, I feel like, but then there's also some where you see them like how much like revenue and like all that it brings in. I'm just like, how? Because like not many people in the West really like. There's just certain series. that are like that, though.
5.30. It went lower. It was 5.48 the other day. Holy shit! No way.
Jeez.
So
I mean, I'm
just
not really
talking.
surprised.
Look. Just talk about T-Back because we know the animation is a piece of shit. I'm not gonna harp it or I'm not gonna hide it. That
Hey, so we learned why Arthur's core is hurting. He got something called a beast will. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
What does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean? Literally, if you go to
What does that mean?
I believe I wrote in the notes. I believe so he may be staying for 5 years and trained by an elf. Solid episode and story animation still inconsistent with the slideshows. At 7.5, just story alone with animation. Just imagine if the animation was a gray, could have been a 9 out of
Okay.
10.
Easily.
The grandpa is cool. I like the grandpa.
Virion, our
He
boy.
is willing to kick ass even to a boy. No fucks given.
I love Virion. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Um,
I just at this point, if the animation is this bad, like why wouldn't you have just went with like CGI at that point?
So the thing
Honestly,
was,
Like I would have rather had that.
I
Honestly,
mean, when you got like
And
look,
this.
when you get you get an offer that's pretty good, and you don't get your other option, or you don't think you get another option, fuck it, you're gonna go for the first thing you see, right? I get that where he came from with that. Was it the right option? No, because look what ended up happening. But to each their own. This is a lesson learned for both him and for everybody else going forward. do not take the fucking first offer you get, bro. Trust me when there will be others. There will be always so many others. Like with jobs, you know, they might say we'll give you $50 an hour, or you know, that sounds real good to be true. You know, with all the benefits, all the bells and whistles. Don't take the first fucking offer. There's always a catch. There's always something. Never assume anything is free in life. There's always going to be, you know, a little
Play the
fucking
field,
something at the end
man.
of that.
Play the
Yeah,
field.
yeah. Like this is his first time. This is a learning experience. He is humbled, definitely humbled. I feel so bad for him. And again, all I'm gonna say to it is what I tell everybody all the time. Gremlin is right. Fucking read the web novel. It is very, very good.
I heard they skip content in this episode too, or like they have been skipping content and stuff, like
Did they
leaving things
skip
out.
content? Not
Yeah.
really.
That's what I heard with this episode. At least like reading on Reddit and
I mean,
some of the
not-
AnyList and stuff.
They didn't really skip content. It's like they're just not, they haven't explained it yet. Like it's not in our face yet, you know? Like we don't know what a beast will is. We'll probably learn next episode. We don't know like the tattoos that were on Arthur's body. We don't know what happened to those. We don't know, like there was like this whole backstory about the slavers and like what they were doing, and that they have been doing this for a while, and Arthur like slaughtering them was actually like really impressive. Like they had been out there for a minute, like being menaces, and like
Yeah, I believe
there's a lot of
I
like
believe-
small stuff, you know.
once
Yeah,
the
like, I saw
grandfather
this right
moved,
here.
he was very shocked about that. Like, oh, so you actually did defeat those people with the way you're moving.
Yeah, like I saw this right here. It says this episode covered to the end of chapter 22. Tessia's father, the king, asks Arthur to accompany them to the castle and tells his story, not act like no humans bad. Arthur says he eliminated the slave traders clearly. The king and queen actually say he deserves a reward for rescuing Tessia. The grandfather threw a rubber knife at Arthur, not some glowy things.
What?
Yeah, it was a knife. It was a knife. Yeah.
Bro.
Arthur actually grazes Virion's forehead with his wooden sword, and then
God.
apparently in one of the chapters up until chapter 22, so it should have been in this episode, which I guess they're gonna rearrange it or they will explain, but apparently Virion explained what a beast will was, and
Yeah,
So,
he'll explain next episode for sure.
yeah.
The reason is when Virion attacks Arthur here, he's actually using his own beast will, and that's why Arthur.
So he's
didn't
probably
know
gonna
he was
train him.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a serious question before we move on to the next topic, right?
What's that?
And this is like as a veteran watcher, you know, friend to friend, coast to coast, you know, do you guys realistically see yourself finishing the anime from this point onwards until Hot or Flop, or even by the end of the season, or do you think it's
Bro,
not?
this shit is 24 episodes until the end of summer, so it's either up to us. Am I gonna still talk about this by summer? I know I'm gonna be talking about She-Hero every week. We're gonna be talking about that fantasy season out here. The She-Hero agenda is gonna be here, so T-Back could be thrown out the window.
I'm gonna ruin his every.
Man, we can go right from
pod.
T-Bat to Shield Hero.
Hell yeah, boy! Yeah.
Man,
gonna go-
Every single time he starts doing it, I'll fuck his entire setup by leaving the call. And they can DM me when they're done with that dog shit, and I'll
crazy, bro.
rejoin back to fuck his setup again.
That's some
Because
professionalism.
I
right
am
there.
not. That's some professionalism. Yeah.
No, but T-Bat was all right. I feel like the past, like this episode, even the episode before, I feel like content-wise, I've been a little more invested in, even the stuff with like Cynthia and all that. Like, I've been a little more invested content-wise, but yeah, like production-wise, this is just like
Yeah,
one
it's
of the
not-
worst things I've watched in a minute. Like,
Yeah,
on
it's
that
sad.
front. Like,
Just sad
yeah.
just to see slideshows and action shots. Again, am I giving it a high score of 7.5? Yes. But it's because I'm enjoying for what I'm watching story potential.
Mhm.
But fight scenes, I'm just being very generous. There's no fights. It's just slideshows. There's things I'm hoping to see, but it's ass cheeks. But hey, potential's there. If I'm giving an animation score only, that's just like a 1 out of 10. 2 out of 10 was that's a whole different thing.
Too generous, but hey, you're boss man, right?
But hey, we're here for something else. Let's move on from this T-Band bullshit. Let's talk about the Intergalactic evil lord of the Empire. How we feeling about all this?
Did you mean to say I am the evil lord of the Intergalactic Empire? Because you said it backwards, my boy.
I did say it backwards, but I appreciate you for bringing up the...
Tomato.
Thank
But you don't understand. It's May the 4th. He pulled a Yoda. He was doing it all out of order.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of, May the 4th be with you. In case you guys didn't know, we record this on Sunday. It comes out on Monday, Tuesday.
On Monday, of Cinco de Mayo as well. Take your tequila shots.
Yeah, so May the 4th be with you for today, which it'll be late for y'all, but for today, you know, the day people watching this when it comes out, yeah, get drunk, get fucked up. Happy Cinco de Mayo, guys.
The Hispanic Assassin,
but the Empire, he is spending more money on ships. He is being good at his skill set of being a samurai, and the guide is like, what the fuck is going on? I expected him to be sad with negative emotion. This is not what's supposed to be happening. And also the sad of the drunk master swordsman. He either don't know what the fuck is going on. But you know what? I'm confused, Chad. What the fuck happened to the princess? I thought we were supposed to save the princess. But no, the princess just got fucking a whole experimented on and has her eye on her hand now. I'm confused. Were we now supposed to save her? Or were we supposed to let her die? I'm confused.
It's a different pirate gang, bro. It wasn't the same one.
I'm confused.
Hey, man.
I'm confused. Are we the good guys trying to defend her? Or we should let her die? I'm confused here.
Well, I mean,
thought that's what I still feel.
Maybe, who knows? Like, but as of right now, well, I mean, we know because we saw her in the group. So, like, we know, but like, we don't know when we're getting there, like,
or how it happens.
But like, how do you even put the bitch back together? She has her eye on her hand. That's a crazy science shit. That's a crazy science shit, bro.
What if they had this secret cure-all medicine that could like regrow bodies? That'd be fucking crazy, right?
That'd be crazy.
So yeah, how do we feel about this honey trap, boys? Like,
I mean, I would have fell for it. I would have fell for it, bro.
Crash would have fell for it. I would have fell for it. Well, you have that type of money.
Well, first off, don't
just want to
Crash. I'm gonna speak for you. I'm gonna speak for you. Trust me. I'm gonna speak for you. You would have fell for it. You would have fell for it. We all four of us are speaking for you.
Somebody DM me a photo right this second. I'll tell you right now if I.
We're busy recording. We'll send it to you later. We got you. No worries.
Anyways,
you would have fallen for it.
I'll find the picture.
Maybe I didn't fall for traps.
No, you would have.
Yes, you would have. You would have fallen for all those traps.
Right all right.
Girl was ready in the thong and everything. In the skin trap.
You gotta think I'm just some gooner that would just fall for any trap he sees in the fucking.
100%.
No, I have some pride. Excuse you.
No, you don't.
Nah, she's so bad.
You guys are just find out.
Girl tried.
I will say the funniest part about this. So I'm gonna talk about light novel stuff here. Yay! Liam's inner monologue during this entire scene is the most funny thing. It kind of touches on it in the anime where he says she kind of looks like my ex-wife and it's really annoying me.
Yeah.
In the light novel, his exact dialogue is, if she wasn't the personal mechanic of the Avid, I would have cut her in half already. Like, I hate her right now. There's a visceral hatred in my heart for her right now because she's doing the same shit my wife used to do. She is so lucky she is the personal mechanic for my ship. Because if she was not, oh my god, she'd be dead right now.
Damn, the head would have been cut off in a heartbeat.
That is a common trope throughout this entire series thus far that I've been reading. That if she was not the mechanic for the Avid, he would have cut her in half several times.
Wait, what character are we talking about? Just so we're on the same page. I'm not looking at the wrong person. What character we're talking about in this anime? The one you said would fall for the
blue hair. Blue hair.
Neas.
Okay.
Crash,
I'll
just look at your DM, bro. Just look at your
No,
DM real
no,
quick.
I
Yeah.
have it here. I have it here.
Just look at your DM, bro. I mean, that's all you got to see, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah, it was that.
you fallen.
The
You
last
fallen.
photo I would have
follow
folded. Everything
Yeah.
else, last photo I would have folded. I'll give you that.
Thank you very much. We know,
But,
trust me. We know you were falling for the trap. We didn't, trust me. We know.
But yeah,
Oh.
it's funny how much like he literally in inner dialogue, again, this is light novel stuff, the only reason he bought ships from her this episode is so that she would leave and shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Because if she would have stayed, he was like about to draw his weapon. He
Makes sense.
was that done with her. Like the way she was looking, the type of shit she was wearing, the fishnets and the lingerie, he was getting like Iraq like war flashbacks to his previous wife. Like he was like he was ready to kill her.
Oh, and let me just say for the record, I haven't even watched the anime, but somebody explained the whole thing perfectly. So let me just understand that this guy got isekai in the worst way possible. So he got cheated on his wife, right? If I correct me if I'm wrong, he got cheated on his wife. He got framed for something that happened in his job, like embezzling money, something that he
Yes,
never did.
embezzlement.
Yeah.
And then he lost custody of his daughter, and then his daughter.
Not his daughter.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, she's
Wasn't
that's
even
his
his
daughter.
It wasn't even his daughter.
Yeah, it's not even his daughter. And then she's made to believe that he's such an evil piece of shit father. And then out of all that, he gets fucking cancer.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? It's truck.
And then he's saddled with all this debt that he didn't get or accrue. That's all his wife's debt that he gets saddled with. He's also saddled with like bills from the lawyer fees and all this shit, and he had to give like basically all of his money to his wife. He's living in basically an abandoned building type beat. There's not heat. He's always sick. He's doing hardcore construction work, and yes, he has cancer. So yeah, he's cooked.
And plus,
Wow.
the guide came back to check up on him. He was supposed to be in more depth, more fuck up shit in the fantasy world that he put him in. And once the guy came back, he's like, oh, this is the opposite. His life
He's
is going good.
Yeah.
He's prospering in life, and he has positive emotions that he sent it to the guy. And the guy said, oh shit, nah, I'm dying. That's the opposite. That's my Achilles heel. Yeah.
Yeah. That though, his reactions, the guy's reactions to
It's hilarious.
constantly seeing a lot of the things, yeah. And then it's just kind of like, it's because they've shown like some of the negative emotions, right, that he's been getting, and it's been like the silliest things, like, right, like the dude raging because his cat like turned off his PC.
Oh no,
like,
hold on.
you know-
I'm sorry. Remember, come on. You as a gamer know
No,
that
okay,
like
no, I would
that's
be
like
pissed.
0
I would
to
be
1,000 type of emotion.
Yeah,
You be like,
but-
imagine the gamer not saving that one file, and
No,
then your
that is-
cat, and
Yeah,
then your cat just turning that button off.
in comparison, in
compared
comparison
to
to our
what
MC,
Liam went through.
Oh yeah, of course.
In
Oh yeah.
comparison to our MC, like that's the most negative like emotions you could have, and to see him where he's at now, prospering, is like the one person you would think never, like, no, like he can't be prospering like this. Like, look at him. Like, it's just great. But like, you see, you know, just it's just funny though. Like some of these other like the cases that he's shown where people are the negative emotions, which yeah, like it makes sense, right, with the cat turning off the PC or whatever. But like, it's just kind of funny to see the comparison between what these other little ones that the guide is going to getting the negative emotions from compared to our MC. But yeah, to see even this like how he got some of the negative emotions back from Yasushi after after all that like Liam, and how that's going for Yasushi. Like he literally has made Liam into freaking badass unintentionally. Like he was trying to sabotage him, but it wasn't like working out. It was actually just helping him. And his girl, like the girl that he's kind of lusting after, is has no interest in him really. But he did give us a good thing in this episode, right? He did give us a good thing because he told her, wear this. It was his own taste, but hey, for our viewing pleasure, it worked out, right? So
Yeah, almost got her executed by Liam, but for us, we liked it.
And more ships, so that's cool.
More
Yeah,
ships. He has
yeah.
more ships, more men. We're gonna meet more ladies,
No,
more
actually,
more
he has
AI
less.
robots too.
He has less ships. Actually, he's decreasing his fleet from 1,000 ships, or from 10,000 ships all the way down to 2,000 because that's all that are operational, and then he's buying. He's taking in
300, I think, or 3,000.
decommission.
Yeah.
He's taking 300 from the 7th laboratory, and then he's taking decommissioned ships from the fleet, as well as problem soldiers, apparently, from the Empire. So his total army will go down from 10,000 to about 2,000 to 3,000 ships. So he's actually decreasing his numbers, not increasing.
But I bet you he will make that shit go around and will actually work for him because the AI robot knows what to do and will do the math. Will do some math.
Amagi's there.
Efficiency.
Exactly. But hey,
Efficiency.
let's be efficient and let's continue on with our show with the rom-com, our second to last of our anime spotlight, our rom-com honorable mentions. I know that Crash has one already, and I'm gonna go first because you know what? Because I can. I like Shiunji Family because this is actually enjoyable. It's just fun, questionable as fuck, very fucking questionable, but it's enjoyable in a good way. That imagine you have a 17, 15, 14 relationship with a girl, but y'all thought y'all were siblings the whole time, but then once y'all find out y'all not, that barrier gets thrown out the window. Somehow he goes from having 4 sisters to having 3 girls that may like him. The youngest one, the one that was probably his twin, now said I love you, thinking that was all normal. But somehow everyone fucking hears everything or sees everything in this fucking family. One of them hears it from afar. The other one texts it and said unsent, but then the younger sister sees the unsent message that was supposed to be not seen by nobody. Now she sees it. Everyone sees a lot of gossip like in a matter of fucking seconds. This family is fucking chaotic and messy as fuck.
It's like a workplace freaking relationship, dude.
Insane.
It's,
Insane.
it's just crazy.
Holy
Everybody hears
shit.
everything. It's just you can't keep any freaking secrets with them. Yeah.
Like
Crash,
yeah, like that's all I got really. Like this family saucy. It seems like me and Memory are just watching the show as just to see the drama go down. But I know, Crash, you have a lot more points. I know you're about to tell us that this is probably the best anime of the season, right?
All I'm gonna say is Bannery is best girl. No.
She is.
Any
She's
episode
the
with a lot of focus on her. Yeah, with an episode that focuses more on her or has a good amount of like the past episode, even the episode before, like they get raised up a little bit for me. I gotta be honest.
Same.
The older girls have always been hitting, honestly, with the recent animes. But no, my shout out actually is not anime related. I'm going to give a quick shout out, and I'm putting in rom-com specifically for a reason. I'm giving a quick shout out to a very close classmate / friend, I would say, Dimitri, who has heard of our podcast and was giving one of his crazy takes for Honey Lemon Soda the other day, where he was telling me on Facebook the first through 6 episodes was straight fire, 9 out of 10, and I told him, let it cook because you're fucking wrong. We all disagree with it. As in everyone on this podcast, like, wait and see. He gets to episode 8, fucking dog water. Finishes the anime, 7 out of 10. I wish I can give it 6. You were right. Well, he didn't say specifically I was right, but like he was very like on the fence with like Oka and Kai and fucking the whole like. He was so disappointed. Like he was like, how could it even go from this to that? And I'm just like here telling him, should have watched the podcast. We could have saved you so much time. But yeah, this goes to show, when we have our great debates, we talk about our big, animes that are very controversial. We meet it here on the podcast. So take everything we say here literally for not for granted, because next thing you know, you don't listen to our stuff and bam, you waste the whole 12 episodes of an anime that you could have watched something else. So shout out to you, Dimitri, and thank you for supporting us in this podcast. We really appreciate it. But I agree with you guys for the Shiunji family children. Sorry, I had a blank minute. I more or less agree with that. I just can't wait to see the next episode with that little group chat text thing. She deleted it, but the little sister saw it, so let's see what happens with that. I don't have any other honorable mentions besides that rom-com.
I do want to mention I did not watch KOWLOON or Witch Watch, so I cannot give any thoughts to these 2 episodes. So you guys could take it away.
I do. Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to Aharen-san. It was
Same.
actually a pretty fun episode again.
The
like,
idol.
with
the idol.
Yeah, the
Did
idol.
I not put it again? Shit, you're right.
No, you didn't. But like
Oh my God, I keep skipping
the
it.
idol stuff, and then like the Gairu and like how Raido was like acting. Yeah, like he was acting all like changing his speech and all that, and like
Yo,
yeah,
Yo,
and then boy man's just fell for the gotcha trap. He got hooked in.
We all been there.
Yeah,
We've all.
yeah.
I'm in that.
We've
I'm
all
in that
like
boat
I've
now.
even had a phase. I've even had a phase of it. Like
Yeah.
you know.
It's hard to
Crash.
quit.
Crash is for it. Remember he. There's a whole thread literally on our gaming chat that literally just him posting pictures of his game of the gacha. So it's just hilarious. The idol shit was hilarious because I would say he was doubting himself. I'm not trusting his thoughts. But he said, you know what? My thoughts always goes above and beyond. I may be wrong this time. And actually, he was right this time. He said it to himself. Trust my instincts. Trust my gut. If my girl's going to become an idol, she became an idol. She was an idol. She danced with her sisters. It was questionable. Because when they say we are the Aharen sisters. And I'm like, but aren't one of you guys a boy? Copy. We're moving on. Anyway, copy. Sure, go ahead.
The animation actually for that was actually nicely done too.
It was.
Yeah.
Very nice sparkle. Very nice sparkle. I do agree about that. Great shout
Good
out
shout
about that. So anybody with KOWLOON, y'all want to talk about it? I haven't seen it, so I don't have thoughts.
So the murder thing kind of threw me off. Where it's like, oh, I was just joking. I'm kind of here like, bro, what the fuck?
I hate that. I hate that shit.
Bro, don't do that to me. Like, I'm already thinking you had a means to like kill her, and now you don't. This would have been my episode of the week if it wasn't for another anime that is down the list we'll talk about later. But I really relate to this blonde girl. I completely forgot her name, and I'm not gonna look her up because I have personally been in that situation where I've had things kind of told, like, oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, follow my lead, this or do whatever. I've always been a very rebellious person all my life, as you can tell. I like the idea of free will, that you have the choice to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, that things aren't defined by the people that choose for you, but you yourself can make that choice. And the people that you surround yourself with can make that difference happen. So positivity, you put that around you, you'll always get it. The fact that, she was able to run away from her mom, this blonde girl, I forgot her name again, sorry, and come to KOWLOON and get, plastic surgery and change and to be a different person and to like get back to the idea that, oh, you're getting traumatized from your past and everything like that. Your past doesn't define who you are. It's always the future. It's always your present. So, you can make mistakes. You can, believe one thing when you're, younger or however you were back then, but always look to the future because the future is always brighter. And that's what the main character is to this blonde girl. And I really related to that a lot. I was really like vibing with this whole like emotional aspect. Like, yeah, these girls are like besties for life. They're always gonna look up for each other. They're gonna have moments where, even with your boys, even with your girls, you're gonna have moments where you fight with your homies. You're not gonna agree on certain things, and that's okay. That's completely fine. Not everything's always gonna see eye to eye. You're always gonna try to give your perspectives. You always want to have it right. But at the end of the day, that's still your bestie. That's still your boy, your girl, whoever that is to you. They're always going to be there for you no matter what. So, that's one takeaway that I really loved about this episode a lot. And we're seeing a lot more of KOWLOON at the end of that episode. It's not what we see him anymore. It really is. It may actually
It's an illusion.
Completely destroyed. And it might be because of the terror thingy on top. So yeah, I don't have much to add about that. I just like that little moment between them with the characters wise. We might see the dad of this little zesty boy. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna have to do with all this later on, but hey, whatever.
It seems like he might actually with Miyuki, he might actually, there might be some parallels there with him and Yome, I think her name is, the blonde haired girl. Because like I think it's just a case of just terrible parenting, right? To like try and like literally try and shape pretty much your daughter's life into what yours was, or try to have it be the same way, as just like terrible parenting and not letting her kind of decide or have like that, like Crash said, like that free will to kind of decide what you want to do with your life. And now she's obviously she's making that change, and she's taking that approach where she's going to do things that she wants to do. She's going to do what she likes. So that was probably my favorite thing about this episode, was with her getting more with Yome, which was definitely needed. But I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of I'm kind of getting a little aggravated with the series. First off, yeah, the beginning of the episode, it was like one of the fake out like bait things. I still think he actually I think we talked about this before. Like, I don't think he actually killed her, but it's like a thing where he like blames himself for it, like whatever happened. Mm-hmm. I still think that's probably the case, but I don't know. Just that's something that has been a theme with this series, is that the characters just don't fully lay everything out, and they beat around the bush, or they just don't communicate at all sometimes, or they use like some cryptic, hints, and just, I don't know, just give it to me how it is essentially what I'm saying, right? So I don't know, just like the formula lately, it's just, I feel like it's getting pretty repetitive, and it's getting a little aggravating to me, where you have like a cliffhanger, and then you start the episode and you were either like baited or they backtrack, and then it's like an episode of Kujirai A is like, oh, I want to be more like Kujirai B, and I want to learn more about her. I feel like we've been getting that like multiple episodes now, and then it like has that OST play, and it has another cliffhanger, which it like flips, it feels like it flips the series on its head, like, oh my god, like it's an illusion. And if they try to backtrack or do, I don't know what they're going to do at the start of the next episode or whatever, but I'm just like, some parts of this series are starting to aggravate me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But like, this is one of the weaker episodes of KOWLOON for me personally. Like I said, besides the stuff with Yome, I feel like it wasn't that strong of an episode, but that was kind of the saving grace for me, was the content with her, and like with her mother, and how she wants to change. And also it was nice, Kujirai being there for her to support her and all that. So I did, there was some nice stuff still in this episode, but there's just some other things that are starting to like irk me with it. So
I get what you're coming from. You're like, get to the point is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I feel like it's like in this cycle where, you have like reveals, or they're leaving you off with these cliffhangers, and then they don't freaking do anything with them. And then like, I feel like so many episodes in a row now, it's like she's been like, oh, like the old Kujirai, and she was like this and she was like that, like I want to be more like her, I want to learn more about her. Like, you've been saying that for episodes now, I feel like. Like, so I don't know, it's just some things are getting a little repetitive with me. I feel like the constant like baiting with the cliffhangers too, and then like backtracking is kind of like, and then the characters, like I mentioned, like I feel like a lot of them just aren't, like, we're not getting it. I get it's like supposed to be that, like probably that way, like it's a mystery series, right? Like obviously trying to find out, but it's just, there's been so many cases now where like I feel like the characters just like, they're not laying it out. Like they obviously want to, I feel like they want to say something, or there is stuff they have to say, but they either like tiptoe around it, or they just kind of like talk in this code, or like, code, cryptic language that's just like, I don't know, I don't know, it's just a little aggravating. That's it. I honestly, like, it's not bad by any means, but this is one of the weaker episodes for me, and just the trajectory is just not, I guess, how I foresaw it, I guess, or like how I saw it kind of plan out to this point. But
Grem.
So I have the benefit of a little bit of hindsight on this. I thought this episode was great. It's putting down a lot of things that I think later you're gonna look at and go, oh my god, I understand what's happening here. And it's on that Apothecary type beat where like there's these episodes that it feels like it's stagnating or like it's super formulaic, but you're not seeing the things it's really laying down. Like, again, I have benefits of my ass spoiled myself, so I have like knowledge I shouldn't have. But with that change of perspective that I have, this episode is really good in showing some things. I think it's super.
Is one of the things about the book?
Yes,
because I did see something like that with how.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the book.
Yeah,
actually,
like
with the numbers.
it was just like gibberish.
Yeah, because like legit
Yeah.
computer code.
Yeah.
You gotta think, why would it be gibberish? But like stuff like that, or like the fact that there's a lot of earthquakes happening.
Yeah, a lot of it has to be tied to
what's
Kudo.
going on with KOWLOON.
To Kudo. But all like I don't know, what the cliffhanger kind of is like, it's like an illusion. And I feel like some people can see it and some people cannot. I feel like that's like, because like to the taxi driver, I think the taxi driver, like it appeared to him one way, and to what's his name, the other dude, it appeared another way.
Yeah, I
Hey,
So I
believe.
feel like
Bremen, you're a
Rainbows.
fucking genius, bro. 3 times now, this man is fucking. Okay, I just realized now. Just you guys talking about it. The pharmaceutical company sells eye drops. What if that's how people can see or not see the illusion?
They
There's a
sell that
possibility.
elsewhere, but maybe. But
or
no, I
the,
think
like with the clones, because like there's the original destroyed KOWLOON that they've talked about, right? Like 1930, 1993 or 1994 or whatever it was.
which got
And then there was
remade.
the one that they made, right?
They remade it, and then
Yeah, they
that
remade.
we saw that one get destroyed. So theoretically, this is the third KOWLOON iteration.
Oh wow, third one. Wow.
Yeah,
The
or
first
this
one was
one,
for
or
1986,
this one is the same, or this one is the same one, but it's just an illusion, or like, I mean, with this thing up in the sky, it could be an illusion, a simulation, it could be who fucking knows what, right?
Huh.
But I feel like I think they've made it apparent that some people can see it and some people can't.
Yeah,
The illusion.
Why though is my thing.
I think that the book is a huge hint, and I think the book, like, that's one of the things that I'm looking at going, holy shit, that makes so much fucking sense. And Neko brought something else up. We were talking about it because, you know, me and her are privy to the same information. So she pointed out something else that I didn't pick up. And she's like, yeah, but also this. And I was like, oh shit, wait, that's actually like such a good, like, big hint. So yeah, I know things I'm not supposed to know. So there are so many hints being dropped. This is like, in retrospect, this episode, I think on a second watch, when all is said and done, I think you're gonna look at these episodes and you're gonna be like, fuck man, they've been hinting for a minute. But I understand completely what you're saying about not feeling it right now. I think I'd be in the same boat if I didn't know more information.
I feel like for me personally, as opposed to memory, the mystery is so good that I haven't been annoyed. I haven't been like, because I know how you feel, memory. I've been in those situations with like a lot of other animes. I'm kind of like, just get to the point. Like, come on, like I'm tired of this shit. I just want to like let me know what's going on. But with KOWLOON specifically, with the way it's been going story wise, the way it's been pacing, I haven't had a problem. I've been just like, so far for me, I've been just like, it's been serving up the story for me in a way where I'm like, okay, I can't wait for the next episode. I want to know what's next in store. And now you guys are opening my mind with like the idea with the book, with the hints and everything. I'm kind of like, damn, like, what am I not seeing from the perspective of the viewer that I'm supposed to be seeing, that I need to know going forward into this story? Because whatever you guys know, I'm just not seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious, like, on how the future developments like are reveals. I don't know. I hope they don't keep doing this like baiting or like backtracking, and then like they have another cliffhanger that like makes you start. I feel like they just I don't know. It's been a lot of like we're not getting answers. Like maybe there's hints, but we're not getting actual concrete answers, but we're getting more questions. I feel like,
And sometimes you need the small answer to be able to appreciate the bigger questions being formed, right? I get that. Yeah.
But that's probably all I got for KOWLOON. Like it's not overall, it still wasn't like a bad episode. I just feel like in terms of because I've been enjoying the series, I just feel like in comparison to the other episodes, I'm not as high on the as I'm not as high on this one this week. But
if there's something more about KOWLOON specifically, I have a question for you guys before I move on.
What's up?
So since technically Neko isn't here, and me and Vash have not watched the latest episode of Watch, would the two of you be willing to overlook this episode specifically, or was there something significant that happened you guys need to talk about?
The cat is so cute. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the cat familiar girl was cute. The reactions, especially like she was literally just fangirling pretty much, or like it's like how girls get about like the dude like putting her against the wall, and like she was like those fantasies and all that like were starting to come out from her. Yeah, but then like it's like she's a cat, so she's like the one person she finally found that person she was able to like relax with, but it ended up being what ended up revealing her or outing her. But they didn't even like pay her any mind too, which is like kind of they didn't even realize she was there. It's just kind of funny. But like honestly, this episode of Witch Watch as well was just like I kind of mentioned earlier at the beginning of the podcast. Like I feel like the ones that have really been hitting for me kind of like were a little weaker, like KOWLOON this week, and even like Witch Watch here. Like the stuff with the cat was fun and all, but like the first half with like the teacher, I just honestly I could care less. Like she was just a fan, like literally a fangirl. She was literally fangirling, honestly. Crazy fangirl teacher, right? But yeah, I don't really have much to say on Witch Watch. Actually, we didn't really have much. Oh no, dude, was the stuff with the dude shitting his pants too, or like about to shit his pants? Like that was like
so stupid.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid, bro. Especially the way he was like, now I can like drop my. He's like, I can drop my deuce. Like,
oh shit!
Finally, he like takes off his pants and like I was like, jeez, bro, like what? And the way he was like describing how it was like building up like his shit, like he's like he kept like it was like a step-by-step thing, like now this, now that, blah blah blah, like it's building up, like I could feel it rumbling, like blah blah blah. Like, bro, like come on, man.
It was so dumb. It was so funny.
Yeah, like the first half of the episode was kind of like whatever to me, but like yeah, the second half with the introduction of the cat girl and all that was nice. So
the cat's so cute. I love her so much. Like we've seen her one time, and I know I call her Kaguya all the time. I don't know if y'all have. I don't know if I've said it in the pod, but I've said it every single time I've seen her in the opening when we watch it. Of like, oh my god, look, it's Kaguya. She's so cute and falling asleep. She's so cute.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I love her already, and we barely know her, so.
I'll probably like her more than the freaking
Tengu.
Yeah, the Tengu dude, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
So since we don't got no more thoughts for Witch Watch, what I do want to discuss, if you don't mind, because I want to get into Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive episode 5, and I want to be straightforward. That shit cannot survive at all, because can this be even called friendship? This is called toxic friendship. This shit is so toxic that two people that do like each other, that will not admit to each other that they like each other, but still be calling each other best friends, but still not date each other, and also not tell the girl that is being a third wheel, bitch, get out the way. You're in the way of being a couple with one another. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Angry Birds movie? Not the movie, but like the meme where the eagle's kind of like putting his arms like that, and he's like, "No, it really answers the question: can a boy-girl friendship survive? Fuck no. It's just fuck no. Yeah, no, you guys don't agree?
I really want to drop this series. I ain't gonna.
I told you guys, bro. I feel more bad for Rin than anything right now.
Look, I
like-
was laughing about this episode because one, I love how in the beginning of the episode he tells a whole fucking monologue saying at the end he said, "I ended up falling for Himari." I'm like, how the fuck did you end up falling for her? You should have known what you were doing. You should have been honest if that's the case. You don't just be so fucking gullible. Like that pissed me off. Like really, my guy. You also have Ren, who is just being like a weird character, just like has dark shadow of sandals or creepiness. It reminds me
Yeah,
of
they resorted her to being some creep now for
yeah,
whatever reason.
like why did you do that?
Like just lurking, like.
The cute graph that Himari drew for you, Himari, the both are best friends, and Yone, aka Rin, likes him, you likes her, but the one is in the way is Himari, like obviously is you, bitch. And I love how my boy, Himari's brother, he was ready to scratch that back and wash that back.
Shower, yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I'll give it.
With
So,
no hesitation. I loved
let
it.
me-
This man was ready to scratch me. Like, yo, come back. Join me in the shower. I need a nice scrub.
Let me just put some context, and I'm gonna throw myself under the bus here, right? So I was shown something by Gremlin the other night. I'm not gonna say what. So I was watching Boy Girl, as this was happening, and then that scene came up, and I asked him, "Hey, have you watched it yet?" He said, "No." I'm like, "Okay, perfect." Let me try to get back at him with this scene, and I've been asking him ever since. Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Never heard back since. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he didn't watch it yet. He'll watch it, and then he'll be like, "Oh, damn, you got me," or something. No, fucking, I'm pretty sure they didn't even phase him. I saw that, I was like, this is the perfect ammunition to get back at Gremlin. But I guess just
I'm sorry,
because
I'm lost. What do you got? What do you got for me? Come on.
that scene where Himari was like, "Oh, I'll shower, I'll help you wash," and then it turns out being the brother, like, "No, I got you, my boy. I'm gonna scrub your whole back." I was like,
How is that you getting me back for something?
I'm confused myself too, Gorman. I'm confused myself too.
that's a conversation for later. But I
hey,
forgot.
Himar was ready to join him in the shower instead, but the brother came at the wrong time, and I was ready. Himar said
At
like,
the right time.
yeah, at the right time, for her wrong time. For him, for him, right time and everything, but for her, it was wrong time. Like, she wanted, like, damn, if my brother ain't come, I would have jumped in and do it myself. But then, I love how she jokes out. She's like, but then I would be like, I'm joking. Bah ha ha. Like, girl, this is why you're never gonna get him. This is why you're gonna lose them, and I hope she loses. I hope she loses him in the dating.
She's not.
I hope Ren's win. I hope that creepy girl
I
say,
hope
yo,
so too.
I'm gonna join the sleepover next
Not
week
gonna happen.
episode. I'm gonna join ya. I'm gonna scrub your back next week, baby girl.
But my
Not
thing with the
gonna happen.
anime, I'll just say
I
is
don't know.
like,
If
go.
I think this show is showing us a very toxic relationship,
Very.
and I think I really hope it's a commentary on toxic relationships. I think that's where I'm at right now. I want it to illustrate how toxic it is, and I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to glorify the toxic relationship. You
Agreed.
know?
That's what I don't.
That's what I want. There's a really good Yuri manga I read recently, where the main girl and the two main girls, they were in a very toxic relationship, and they broke up in like 30 chapters, and it was really sad because you knew that what they both needed, they both could provide, and they were both wanting what they were both wanting what the other could provide, but they just weren't there for whatever reason. And it takes 4 years of them being best friends and like going through these other relationships for them to finally eventually come back together and actually not be a toxic relationship.
Oh wow.
Why does that sound so familiar? This manga you're speaking of.
And it was like, I remember reading the comment sections of that when I was reading it, of people being like, man, I want them to be back together, and it's like, but they can't be right now. because it would be, she'd be like, the one girl for a while there would have been far too dependent on the other girl, or the other girl would have been manipulating her far too much, or like it wouldn't have been healthy. And when they finally did end up getting back together, it was healthy for the first time in the entire manga. It was the first time there was a healthy relationship in the show.
That's great to hear.
And it ends with them getting together. Like, we don't get to see anything. It's just there. This is healthy now. I want that's what I want this show to be. If we have to end up with Himari and the main character together, then make it where they're together, they break up, because they're gonna get together, all right? But I want them to break up, and then I want them to become better so the relationship isn't as toxic, and then they can get back together and we can have the happily ever after. But we need the growth, because as of right now, it's just too toxic, and it's gonna get worse. They're gonna get together,
and it's mainly because of main girl.
That's not true.
It's also
Yes, it is.
It's the guy
the
too.
MC is just
it's
a
the
brick.
guy too.
The
The
guy
MC is just a brick. He's just
But-
a
oh, no.
The main character is also part of the toxicity.
Well, also the main guy's friend. He's also instigating for them to have a falling out.
that man's
he's not necessarily part of the toxicity. The main guy is part of the toxicity for enabling the main girl, for enabling Himari to be able to get away with the shit.
That is true.
That's why he's that's why he's contributing to the toxicity. He's enabling Himari.
Yeah.
He has been enabling Himari. He refuses to actually talk about his
Oh no,
feelings.
they wouldn't be in this situation right now if it wasn't for her in the first place. So
Yep.
No, that's true. But you're right. She's definitely toxic, but you're discounting how much he's enabling her. Like,
I think he's just stupid.
I don't think he's stupid. I think that he's dependent on her. I think he depends on her a little bit.
He does depend on her too much. He was
Although
willing
I
to
did
leave.
like- I
He was
did like how
willing
he kind
to
of-
head to Tokyo, guys. He was waiting to go to Tokyo and drop his dreams, his passion, his fucking school just to go to Tokyo.
For her.
I will give it, like, I did like the moment where he actually like kind of got at her. Like he kind of gave her a taste of her own medicine, and like I was like, literally while we were watching, I'm like, see, doesn't that fucking suck? Like when you like when you do something like that, like when he said, like when he was like, oh, I think he like asked, he like, do you want to go out like seriously or something like that? I think he asked her, and he was getting all like personal and up close with her, and then she kind of like played it off, but then really like she was getting all like worked up about it. Like she went away, she was like blushing and all that. I'm just like, yeah, that's how it fucking feels. When you do that to our dude like a million freaking times in the series, like over and over again. Like you got to taste your own medicine. Like that was something I liked from him, but like otherwise the dude's like a brick.
No, I agree, but I don't think he's dumb. I think that he's enabling her. I think that he just doesn't want to lose this relationship so much that he's willing to look past the blatant toxicity that's there. It's like the same thing with abusive relationships. Like, but at least he loves me. Like that's kind of what this feels like. I think she's at fault for being abusive, but he's at fault for letting it happen.
I think it all started for her though. Like,
you're right. No, like you're right.
Like,
but
it comes down to her and her like coming to that realization that she needs to change, and how she's been acting is not right. Because we never, like I said, we never would have even fucking been here if it wasn't for her attitude and the way she is.
Yeah, but also the same thing could be said that the main character never would have pursued his passions if not for her. So like it's both.
It's both. It's both.
Yeah, they both have to grow and fucking learn. I feel like maybe one more than the other, but
yeah, and I'll agree to that, but it's both.
Because you gotta make sure you yourself are straight before you trying to worry about a whole other person.
Yep.
Agree. So with that
dating
shit,
101, boys.
Damn, I didn't even get a chance to say what I need to say.
No,
Okay,
go ahead.
what
Go
do you
ahead.
got?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was just going to transition
said
because of
it.
timing, but go ahead if you go ahead and say
Yeah,
what you got to say.
I'll say. I said it before on the previous episode, and I'll say it again. Right. This ends one of four ways. He gets one of the girls, his, the blue hair girl, Himari. He gets the other girl. He gets, Rin. He gets both of them, which is possible with the anime trope, or he gets none of them. The thing is, and what's always going to be that anime trope that a lot of people tend to forget, this is a high school setting. This is a anime trope
For
where
the
we
drama,
have adolescents grown. Yeah, for the drama.
weekly drama,
And
yeah.
and in this specific rom-com, the problem is that you have two romantic interests that aren't bad in their own right. A lot of people will like Himari for her toxicity. A lot of people will like Rin because she was the actual first girl there. And you're dealing with an MC that, yes, is a brick. That, yes, he doesn't understand what love is. And the point of the anime may not even be if he's going to learn what love is. I think the point of it is going to be more of so if the girls are going to show him the way to where he actually realizes that he may need or not need them anymore in his life. Who the fuck knows? But you guys are right that she is toxic. I'm torn because by no means I don't think these characters are bad in their own right. They're relatable in some kind of way. We have one way or another been like them before. The story is dog shit. That I'll say outright. There is no fucking story to this whatsoever. It's just where it's a matter of figuring out who's gonna end up with who. It could be obvious. It could be the blue girl. It could be a plot twist where it ends up being with the black hair girl, Rin. Like I said, it could be both, could be neither. But my point of it is like, if they don't add this development, this change with them, then I don't see the point of watching the anime because it's going to be an obvious trope of one or the other. If they do the change has to be significant in the sense that it's so like plot twisty that like, oh shit, like I'm going to be more invested with the anime, and it has to happen soon because we're what, week 5 right now. We're going to end up being week 6, week 7. Like we're almost halfway done with the season. If there is no point in change by then, for me personally as an anime viewer, if there is no change in a rom-com like in a show like this by 6 or week 7, I usually kind of stop watching the anime overall or just kind of drop. Because realistically, what would be the point? What can you show me at the end of week 9, week 11 that like I wasn't expecting prior to that? But that's again my opinion. That's my take on it. Who knows what's gonna happen? All I know is right now is Ren's gonna go to the house and she's in a point right now in the story where she has to be assertive and put her foot down. But is it even worth it because it looks like Himari is winning this fucking fight between her and and you? So I don't know. The story can go anyway. I just kind of like I'm hoping to see a big plot twist, and if I don't, kind of be disappointed.
So with that being the case, good additional last thoughts for the can a boy girlfriend should survive? That's a good question, chat. Let us know, can they actually survive? Because we have here the last segment of our anime spotlight. We here closing our last thoughts for it is Shounen, and we're gonna keep it short. So if you have any last thoughts for honorable mention, give, because we're gonna only review one, and it's gonna be To Be a Hero. So if you guys have any thoughts in your to be honorable mention, here, shot fired. Go ahead, whoever wants to go first.
YAIBA was fun.
Cool. All right. So we got YAIBA's fun. I have not watched Fire Force or YAIBA.
Hot Spring episode. Yeah, the cliche, like the Master
Bro.
Roshi, grandpa type
that was
trying to have
actually
dude.
Bro.
This is literally gonna be the trend of the series. Like all the people that they send after YAIBA is just gonna end up joining him and like seeing the charm of like being with the group and just how shitty Onimaru is.
What does
Also,
it remind me? What does it remind me of? That trope of Jackie Chan, The Adventures. He literally had every person he fought join him and work for Uncle.
The base that Onimaru has though is kind of dope. Like the base that he's built, I don't know, so quickly. I mean,
well, he took over the diet building and then
yeah. I mean, it looks pretty badass. I'll give him that. But,
all right.
I mean, the dude's just all alone, and miserable, and
Also, good for YAIBA. Fire
He's not
Force.
alone. He has a B.
I haven't watched Fire Force, so I haven't caught up with it to know what's good. I haven't done my reaction to Walkers that's on us. We haven't seen since episode 2, so I think we're behind 3, 4, and 5, I believe. So by next week
You're
episode,
missing
The newest episode was it was a lot of Arthur shine,
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
and the animation for it was really nice. It
Well,
was
that's
really
good to
nice.
see. That's good to hear.
Was,
That's good.
was this the episode with the ass pot?
No, that was
No, that was a couple weeks ago.
that was our
Ass pot.
I keep seeing clips of the ass pot, and I'm like, oh my god.
Probably
no,
that's
you're fine.
probably to the meme. It's still funny after a week later, most likely.
I would say if you are not up to date with Fire Force, start watching now because episode 5, the one that just passed by, is literally explaining a lot right now
God,
in
that's good
terms
to
of
know.
like the destroyers.
Yeah, that's cool, but the main character got fire coming out of his feet. I ain't watching that shit.
All right.
Anyway,
I see that somebody has the Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX.
Yeah, the OP is fire. I love it. I'm gonna
Okay.
say it's the witch. The witch.
The witch
The
of
witch.
Mercury. Anyway,
No,
This is what Gundam is about, bro. This
The
felt
witches,
more like
not
a
the
Gundam.
robots. It's the witches.
No. This is what, like, I get like a lot of this series so far, like the new stuff has not really felt like a traditional Gundam series, but there were parts of this that felt more like a traditional Gundam series for sure, especially like the setup with her story and the tragedy behind it, like what happened in the end. They did not hold back. It was actually pretty good. Like this was an episode where I finally went in. I knew nothing because this is all new content. It wasn't in the movie, so I did enjoy this episode. Like I can finally, I feel like, get more invested now in this series because I already knew the stuff that was happening in the first 3 episodes. So I did enjoy this episode quite a bit though. So not too much to say, but yeah, the story around like also it did kind of hit on with her, like Machu was kind of looking at her and wanting to be more like her. That's kind of what they've been hitting on, is that Machu doesn't have necessarily the same freedom that or the freedom that she would like, and her mother kind of like restricts her and doesn't like let her like kind of do her own thing. So that's something the series has been hitting on, is like her having that freedom, and she saw that in the witch character in I forget what her name was, but it was a nice little 1 episode story based around her. So yeah, GQuuuuuX definitely a shout.
I liked it a lot. All I will say is, she didn't have to go out like that. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She had a whole family and everything. She could have just walked away, but no, that was crazy to me.
Yeah, it was like her old ways kind of caught up to her, got the best of her again. For sure.
I heard from Vigilantes actually being good. Our girl Neko told me this week, yo, Vash, catch up on
it was really good.
Vash, catch up to Vigilantes. I'm like, I haven't, and also I was supposed to react with my good friend MemoryNK, but he never hit me up, but he just forgot about it. I think he don't react no more. Who knows?
What an asshole, dude.
Yeah, crazy dude, man, crazy dude. He just likes to make a lot of promises and it just breaks them.
What a prick.
so when are we watching ReZero?
Damn, I knew it.
Every single time.
I knew
I'm
you
glad
saying that. I knew you
I'm
saying
glad Greb's here.
I'm just saying, brother.
I knew me
You
say
can,
that.
you can,
I'm gonna
you
get
can
shut.
shoot. You can throw your shots.
Anyway,
out, buddy.
so
But
we also
every
got
single-
Vigilante.
Them bullets are bouncing off me, hitting you.
Did anybody else enjoy Lazarus episode 5 before we get into To Be a Hero? Because I saw some tweet or text saying that something was very zesty.
Okay, yeah.
Elevator scene.
It was
Elevator
so
scene.
zesty, bro.
Oh yeah,
It was so
Crash says,
zesty.
go for.
Crash is like,
Oh,
what?
what?
That's the elevator scene.
I'm thinking about like I saw the. I'm thinking about last part, Lazarus. That fight.
They were gonna start making out at the beginning of that fight sequence, bro.
Yeah,
Wait,
the way
what?
they directed that was like, what? What is about to go on in here? Like, are they gonna fight? Or are they gonna fuck? Like,
Yeah, I was thinking they were about to start. Like, I genuinely thought they were about to start like doing something in that elevator.
yeah.
And the worst part is, it cuts to the boys outside. They're like, "Oh, he's just going for it." Like, I was like, he really is just going for it, bro. He looked like he was about to kiss him. That was crazy.
Hey, man, if it's part of the job, I guess he'll go for it. Like, hey, it's part of the undercover. I haven't seen the
yeah,
episode
yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
So I just like, hey, if it's part of the job, is you gotta do what you gotta do to protect the mission.
Yo, and that
But
fight,
besides
that
that,
girl was crazy.
Yeah, the fight scene, that girl was like giving him more of a shot than the dudes in the elevator. I'm like, geez, this girl just keeps. Yeah, she just kept getting up. She kept getting up and was chasing after. I'm like, what the hell is this girl? Like, she is crazy. Like, and the dude is knocked out. I'm like, damn, she's still getting up and fighting and trying to fight him. Like, my. But besides that, it was really just a hacker. The hackers were showing out in this episode.
Oh, nice. Chat. I didn't fully watch this episode. I watched like 5-8 minutes in. I'm like, I don't got time. We're about to record. I'm like, I'll put you to the side. I'll watch you later. It is what it is. The dub is fine, by the way. I'm currently watching the dub because me and the guy's schedules are not matching to watch the sub, so I'm not able to hear the beautiful sub voice instead. The dub is still ain't bad. It's not the worst thing. It's much better than the fucking most other stupid ass show that has dub on Amazon Prime right now, but sucks ass.
Also, there was a SoundCloud reference that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
From old
They
country.
got SoundCloud in 2050, whatever, 2060, whatever the series.
They
is.
dropped the
yeah.
newest meme format that's gonna come out of this.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's
You could
crazy.
use that SoundCloud bit for like a lot of shit.
But you know what? Let's get into To Be a Hero.
Wait.
Oh.
Before that, Uma Musume was lit as hell. I can't wait for some more of this horse girl stuff. Bro, the twist of him saying like you don't understand, it's not that she's gonna lose, it's that she's gonna win so hard that she's gonna be pulled up. And with everything going on with that, it was so good. I'm not gonna talk more because
Yeah, please don't. I'm sorry. I know you probably, I still got
Memory's got to put a reaction out, but it was such a good line. The way it all happened, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah,
it's kind of funny too that was going on. The Kentucky Derby was this weekend too, so that's kind of funny. Yeah.
That's crazy. But you know what is crazy? It's To Be a Hero. Like Crash spoke in the beginning of the show, like about 2 hours ago of this podcast. He spoke about what we binge, and one of them was To Be a Hero. He got handcuffed and plugged in to watch To Be a Hero episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 by our man god Grem. Me and him got stuck watching the sub. Also, if you guys didn't know, there's also a dub. I watched the dub episode for episode 5. This shit was solid. Episode 5 was really good. Was it great? Was it great as episode 4? And our boy Ling Ling, no, we didn't have him. We didn't have our boy Nice. We didn't see the last 30 seconds. By the way, I understood now when Gremlin said last week, when he said the last 30 seconds wouldn't be good. I was waiting when we were watching episode 4. I was waiting, like, I was like, all right, cool. We're about to reach the last 30 seconds. What's about to happen? Once the shot actually happened, I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, Crash and Bash, their jaws were on the ground. That I think Crash literally left the call.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to breathe. He's like,
he left the call, and then Gremlin asked me, how do I feel about the 4 episodes? I told him, I need to kind of like mellow my thoughts out to see how I feel. Look, now that it's been like 5 days, because I believe we watched on Wednesday or Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, whatever day it was, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was good. Binge, 4 episode. The beautiful analogy, by the way, I appreciate one of our fans. This is they wrote and let us know that in China is not doing that great with the feedback narrative. When the US is doing the opposite.
The story.
Yeah,
the story. I think one of the viewers said was that they don't see it as that in high. Like as high regard as a lot of people in the West have been seeing it, like,
and
in terms of the story.
The reason why I like episode 5, because it also talks about the trust. Like who has trust in you? Nobody having trust in you. And for Nice, that everyone believe in him, even once they revealed that he died and there's a new version and there's somebody else having the trust factor. Go back to him. Once they find out his name, they scream at his name in passion and in pure gravitas. But then when we have in episode 5, we started the new arc. If anybody don't know, that we have 24 episodes of this series, and we're gonna have arcs for every hero and who's going to be number one, like who's going to be top 1, top 10. All this is the question to lead up to, I assume, by the name of the title and what we've been seeing, little side pieces of story. I like how this story of To Be Hero, not one person is the main character. There is a main character for each arc. Anybody could be the main character in anybody's story, in anybody's vision. The beautiful thing about this is that this is a world of heroes, like Marvel, like DC. Each of them have their own type of storyline, like Spider-Man, Daredevil, and everything, but they all live within the same city or the same world. And that's what I like about the story, because it also kind of is playing homage to how you could trust somebody or give that little 1% of faith. And that's what, in this episode 5, this little kid believed in him because he had the it factor. He had the hero it factor. And it was very beautiful to see him unlock that potential. He came in swinging, or technically he got swinging first, got beat up first, and then he came in swinging like, yo, I'm not going to lose that faith. He biked around. He did some fucking acrobatics. He jumped from the highway with your bike into a minivan. It was fucking cool to see. I really enjoyed this episode. For me, as Vash opinion, it's a 9 out of 10. It's my top 3. It was very good. Into the new story arc, and still hate him because we don't know why you shot our girl, but we're trying to find out the backstory. But those are my full thoughts. Crash, I know you enjoy this full binge, even though you felt like you got kidnapped by Grem. It won't be the last time, but yeah.
This is my episode of the week. This is one of the better episodes. I disagree with you guys. It was a lot better than last episode. So much more better than last episode. Besides the mystery about, unfortunately Moon dying.
You think this is a good episode? I thought it was ass. Fuck this Esol dude.
You put
because
me on
you hate
this.
him. Because you hate him. Because you hate him. You hate him. You're being biased. You're being biased because he shot her. You're being biased because he shot Moon.
I think the kid should have died. I think his girl should have died. I think he should have got cucked by the other dude. I don't care. I hate him. I hate him.
This is my episode of the week. I loved it.
I hate him so much.
What do you have to?
He could have been the best person in the world, right?
He could have been, and I still would.
He is still a good dude. I mean,
he is a good dude. He is the top hero. He has never shown his face. There's a fan base that tried to impersonate him in fucking kids' parties. He has a fucking fan base that will literally do a contest of who plays the best type of acting role of him.
Preying on his downfall.
That's insane.
I thought they were gonna focus more on the original Esol. Like, honestly, that's what I thought they were gonna do, but they're going right to like the predecessor, which I think is kind of like, it feels very similar to what we saw in the first arc in a way.
Yeah, where we never met Nice, basically.
Yeah, especially when I was hearing like the Esol, like the original one, right? Like when that dialogue was playing, when he was saying that over our new character, who's going to be the predecessor, right? When he was, rescuing the boy, and his kind of words, they were kind of putting it together, like over like him saving the boy and all that. Like I was like, I don't know, this dude just seemed pretty dope. So I was like, man, I wish we would kind of get more with the original Esol. I don't know, maybe we still could, I guess, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna get too much.
Also, we don't know who actually shot Moon. Was it the one that we're watching here right now?
It's the one we're watching.
It has to be the one we're watching right now.
It has to be, right?
Which is why I hate him. Which is why I wish his girl got stolen from him. I really wish that dude would have cucked him.
This is like 5. I think this is like 5 or 6 years.
Where's the NTR plotline when I need it?
Damn.
Well, the stuff we saw in this episode, I think I saw, was like it takes place 5 or 6 years before what we saw with
the events of what happened.
Yeah.
What you want to remember too is don't believe everything you see.
Yeah.
Maybe something happened that is like we see something happen, but it's not actually what happened.
It's just
seeing the kind of person. Yeah, seeing the kind of person he is.
I want him
in this episode. Like, I just can't see him doing him doing something like what we saw, but I don't know. Like, was he manipulated? Was he even like in control of his own like actions? Like, is it like, I don't know, because I just feel like at least how he's been, now that could change, but how he's been portrayed so far, I feel like I can't see him being a person that would do that. So or I'm curious, like what the reasoning was, or like what the situation was that led him to do that. But
What if?
I'm okay with his girl being taken from him.
What if the girl is Lucky Seeing?
I mean,
The girl that like was doing the whole like concert shit, whatever. I hope not, but I'm just thinking now, like, hey, like, wouldn't it be funny if she's also a hero too?
Oh, she is.
The girl that he likes is a hero.
Oh, the girl that he likes. If she is Lucky Seeing, I don't think so, because why would she invite him to her own concert to Lucky Seeing?
Exactly, to see her perform debut. I don't know. I'm just trying to like reach out here, like,
dude dropped the ball like multiple times in the episode. Like he easily could have like
Bagged
her.
He could have easily bagged her easily.
That was ticking me off. Like I'm like, bro, you keep like walking away. You keep like shrugging her off. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like you like her. Like I get maybe one or two times, but it was multiple times. It wasn't just once or twice. Like it was multiple times. Like I can understand like a time or two, but
hear me.
I mean, come on, bro. Like she's right there, and you're dropping the ball, man.
You're 100% right. But again, I need to remind you, gentlemen, not everyone is like us. We're we got the juice, we got the sauce. We could definitely raise up any girl we want. That being said, unfortunately, there are some gentlemen out there that do not have that riz that we have, that just fumble the bag so hard, like cause you from with the girlfriend. But to each their own. It sucks. And the point of that moment, right, is like we've seen it happen all the time, and he does genuinely like this girl. He wants to. It's hard. It's so hard to work up the courage to tell that person that you love them, you adore them, you want to be with them forever, and hope that you get a positive response back. Because majority of the time, you don't get that response back. Sometimes that significant other doesn't feel the same way, or doesn't look at you the same way, or thinks very negative of you. We want the best outcome possible, but sometimes when we don't roll a high charisma check, we ultimately fail, and it hurts us, and it puts us in situations where we, when the next time happens, it makes the situation more worse. So for him to try, I give it a plus. It's relatable. I really fucks with it. Like,
I want him to get cucked.
Well, fuck you too, Gremlin. Anyways, going on to the next thing.
Okay.
Well, I think also I did want to mention real quick
go
that
ahead.
it seems like this whole thing, like the kid getting kidnapped, I think it was like a test for our dude to see like if he was actually like worthy enough to, like, especially judging from how the episode left off.
It felt
He's
weird
like, I've been
because
I think the whole thing was set up for sure.
because his friend kept coming at the right time. His friend kept literally being around her, around the kid. Like it just seemed too convenient.
Yeah, so I think it was like maybe like a test or a setup of sorts for him. Also, it was kind of crazy to see just from one trust value how much it put him ahead of like just some regular people, right? Like I feel like it wasn't even like close after he got that one, like just how much one trust value does compared to like the normal everyday person is kind of crazy to see too.
What I would say is this man felt like static shock type of powers when he just became electrocuted with just power, like energy throw. He like, oh, I could electrocute you, I could grab you, I could touch you, I could just grab you by your neck and go cha 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 cha.
Yeah, that was the highlight of the episode for sure. Like cool. That whole, they directed it well, animation, music.
Man, you had to take a beating.
Package.
You had to take a beating. He didn't stop. But you know what we could stop, chat? This is coming to the end of our show. We get into our top 10 ranking of the week. Maybe top 5 for a few others people. But we're here for that. We've already been on a 2 hours and 27-minute mark of our show. So we appreciate for everyone tuning in and talking to us about what they thought. So without further ado, let's get to the first one that's speaking. Vash, what is my weekly ranking up for the week 5? First is Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Episode 17. 2, One Piece, episode 1128, and that's a 9 out of 10. This was my episode of the week. My boy Saturn has finally gotten up and moved, and this man is on farming. If you know One Piece, you know what I'm talking about. If you want to know my thoughts, go check out the reaction on the VOD channel on the Vault and see what's going on. Go check that out. Other than that, number 3 is To Be Hero X. I added a new fucking anime to my list. Am I gonna keep up to it? Yes, this is one of them I will watch week to week because it's actually enjoyable. Number 4, Two Perfect Say, tossed aside by my fiance soul to another kingdom, episode 5. This was a very solid episode. I really enjoyed it. 8.5. 8.5. Let me know. 10. And the other one was Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive? I left my A-Ring party to help my former sons reach the dungeon. Number 7, Aharen-san. Number 8, The Brilliant Healer, New Life in the Shadows. Number 9, The Unaware Atelier Meister. Number 10, The Shunjin Family Children, episode 4.
way.
I actually want to give credit to yes, number 10. I was not gonna give it to T-Bat or a few others, so I wanted to recommend down for my top 10. Since our girl Neko's not here, I'm also give to Neko her top 5 that she gave it to us earlier in the chats. By having the document in front of me is To Be Hero X number 1. She actually has number 2 Vigilantes. I'm actually pretty shocked about that one. Number 3 KOWLOON. Number 4 Witch Watch, of course she would have. And number 5 is Crash favorite, your Forma. That is number 5 for Neko Chan. Crash,
That go on some trolly shit, bro. I feel like she putting your Forma in there to she knows it's getting to some people in here. She knows, bro.
Probably like
she
like,
knows.
I'm gonna just slide this in. But Crash, talk to you. What's your top 5? I mean your top 10.
First off, fuck you, Vash. I was gonna read Neko's. I asked permission first, but anyways, since you're boss man, you get to go. Number 1 on my list is To Be Hero X. Number 2 is KOWLOON Generic Romance. Number 3 is A Ninja and an Assassin Under One Roof. I highly recommend it, guys. It's so fire. It's so funny.
Yep.
I've been loving it. Even the etchiness too. I've been fucking gourmet meal this anime. Number 4, The Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Number 5, Fire Force Season 3. Again, I'm telling you guys, get on that. That shit's getting heat, literally. Number 6, The Shiunji Family Children. It's not incest. Number 7, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Number 8, Aharen-san Season 2. This one was very tough for the last 2. It was a tie with 3 animes, but ultimately I had to make a decision. So for my number 9, I have Lazarus. And number 10, Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive? I'm sorry for Mobile Suit Gundam. I really wanted to put it up there, but unfortunately, they were a little more interesting this time around, these 2 animes, than Mobile Suit Gundam. But I pass it on to you, Grem. What is your top 10 for the week?
Number 1, Uma Musume. Really good episode. I can't really talk much about it because we gotta wait for Nate
Of course,
to put out his
man.
one.
Always late, man. Nate is always late.
Sorry.
And number 2, Apothecary, and I'm calling it right now. Next week, Apothecary will be number 1. Number 3, Aharen-san. Number 4, Apocalypse Hotel. Number 5, NinKoro. NinKoro is so fun. We had. Huh?
You're watching it too?
Yeah, what? Of course. I've talked about it on every single podcast.
But you didn't recommend it to me.
Do you just not listen to me?
No, but you don't recommend it to me. I
Keep
did.
going.
Anyway, we'll continue in top 10. It seems like people can get some butthurt feelings during top 10s now.
Number 6 is Anne Shirley. Number 7, Dinner Table Detective. I love Dinner Table Detective. It's so fun. Number 8 is Witch Watch. Like I said, the cat. Number 9 is Vigilantes. I thought it was a good episode. I don't think it's all that, but it was a really good episode. Number 10 is The Drippy Girls Wanna Drip on Each Other.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Rock is a lady's modesty.
That's a wild, ambiguous take, but copy. Nate.
Bro, they be dripping, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
They do. So for me, my number 1 was Vigilantes this week. Actually, I don't know. It was something about the episode I loved, especially like getting Ida's brother, some focus with him, some more, because realistically we didn't have that much with him, right? In the obviously My Hero as a whole. So to have that was like awesome. I loved it. So that was my number 1, probably my episode of the week too. Number 2, Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Number 3, Apocalypse Hotel. Number 4, NinKoro. Number 5, Mono.
Oh yeah, Mono. I've been snacking on
the food. So they had like a food eating competition in this episode. Unexpectedly, I did not think one of our girls was going to have like a secret talent for competitive food eating, but It was so funny, like some of the scenes where her belly was just like humongous and she was like walking like a sumo wrestler out of the restaurants. I got a kick out of it. So it was a fun episode that they had to deal with like wine and stuff. Like they were down in like a wine cellar and all that, and trying out different wines and like different glasses, and so that was kind of cool as well. Number 6, Aharen-san season 2. Number 7, and Shirley. Got to give a shout out to Matthew. Matthew is awesome in episode 5. To Be Hero X. Number 8. Number 9, Rock as a Lady's Modesty, and number 10, Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX. So that's my top 10. Quack 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 quack.
So, Chad.
Going into you, Vash, for the outro.
The outro, the binge plugs. Welcome to the wrap up of our favorite moments of the show this episode. What is, we're supposed to tease next week episode, but since Crash said, hey guys, it's Mother's Day next weekend, I want to spend time with you, but I also want to spend time with family. Let me, can we do the half life next week? We said, all right, guys. So we're going to push our half life. So next week, week 6, we're having a regular episode like we should do, talk our shit, do our reviews, our anime spotlight. Supposed to be an hour long, but no, it'd be twice as long. So it is what it is. But hey, my last outro is, may the force be with you. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And happy motherfucking birthday to you, to myself, Legend D Vash, Miguel Paro. That's all I got.
When's your
read light
birthday?
novels, Cariso's best girl.
Is your birthday tomorrow?
And
No,
I want
Wednesday.
Isol to be cucked.
Okay.
I want Isol to be cucked. I want the worst things in the world to happen to that man. I hate him so much.
I just want the next week of anime that we're going into to be better than this one. That's that's all.
That's so-
not a lot.
that's
That's not a
so
lot.
true.
That's not a lot to ask for, right? It's not a lot. And also, I'm gonna do my best to try and keep up with the stuff throughout the week, right? So I don't have to watch 11
wait,
things,
you're
12
saying
things
that?
each day.
You're gonna do that finally? Oh my god,
Yeah.
we're gonna be caught up for a week.
I'm not trying to keep doing this, watching 11, 12
It
things
hurts,
a day.
bro.
Right? Yeah, it
Chat,
sucks.
I hope you understand this. They've been saying that since week 4 of the winter season to stop doing this on Saturdays and Sundays, knowing that we record Sunday night.
doesn't
So
help.
so
Okay.
they're trying to put homework on Saturday and Sunday before
Look,
the exam
wait,
happens, aka our podcast recording.
Oblivion came out. You gotta give us.
That is true.
Oblivion.
Oblivion did come out, and y'all.
kinda
I mean,
fucked that
Grem's
shit.
been in that a lot more than me. So, but I still have been playing a little bit of it. But it doesn't help that so much things drop on the weekend. Like, I mean, that doesn't help either, right? But we gotta keep up with the ones throughout the week to make it as not as crazy. But
Yeah.
Trash, any last thoughts?
If you want to learn how to be an assassin like me, your boy, the Hispanic Assassin, please join me in watching the new anime that came out this season, A Ninja and an Assassin. Go live together.
NinKoro. All right. Also, everyone pray on Isol's downfall.
That's crazy.
With that chat being
type
said-
in the chat, type NTR is the way to go. Get cucked, pleb. You just in the chat. I want you guys.
With the release
to
of this
tell me
episode,
how
happy Cinco de
much
Mayo.
you hate Isol,
Take
'cause
care.
Isol is
Enjoy.
trash.
Blessings.
I hate him.
Bye.
I hate